Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary. I am back, I guess, after quite a while. So by all means, please give me a mic check. Make sure I'm not way too loud or way too soft, any of those things. And I'm just kind of getting myself ready here. I do want to try to increase the chat a little bit. There we go. Maybe I can read you guys. So, sorry for the slow start. Here we go. 1792. Nothing like some dick on a Friday night. Well, you said it, Go Habs. All right. So I know it's been a little while. You'll probably notice my voice is a little bit shot. I, of course, am sick because I'm always sick. You know what happens when you don't sleep and you drink all the time? You get sick. Anyway, so tonight I have an episode for you guys that I wanted to do, and it's about 1792. Now, I was in a liquor store somewhat near here, not my norm, but like not my normal liquor store, one about a half hour away that people had been telling me to go to, called Gordon's. And Gordon's has a heck of a selection. So while I was in there, I tasted a whole bunch of stuff, including some Irish whiskeys and some Kavalan, and just a few other things that actually I tried some Westland as well, just the whole gambit. And while I was doing that, I was looking around at things to buy. Sorry, people making dick jokes. Gotta love it. So anyway, I was looking around for things to buy, and I wasn't sure. I ended up actually buying the Springbank 10 while I was there, but I also picked up these three guys. Now, I was on the Discord, and I was kind of just, one fun thing to do is anytime anybody in the Discord ends up in a liquor store, they pretty much just take pictures of everything on the shelf. Like none of us have ever seen whiskey before. Yet we all still drool about it because my mic looks like a dick. Thanks, Savage. Appreciate that. Big old metal one. Anyway, so we all take pictures as if we've never seen whiskey before, but it's fun. And we all enjoy kind of looking at it and seeing what the prices in different areas are. Occasionally getting very jealous of people who, I think somebody had a Redbreast 12 for $39.99 at their Costco near them yesterday. Right next to a Green Spot for $39.99 as well. Anyway, so I saw these three guys. Christine actually told me I had to buy them because of the price. I actually don't remember what I got them for, but I know that they were very cheap. And I thought it would be fun to kind of go through the whole gambit here and try them out. I've actually, to my recollection, I've never actually had 1792. So let me just say hi to a couple quick people. I won't do this for too long, but I want to say hi to Steve and Savage Sniper, Charles Ashworth, and a bunch of other people, actually. There's quite a few people in here. Bourbon saying, happy Bill about to drink some 1792, blind or unblinded. I'm not doing blind, but I am curious what I'm going to like the most as well. So for those that are unaware, so this is the small batch 1792. It is made by the Bartown Distillery. And funny thing I learned while kind of doing some quick research on this is that they used to be known as, Ridgewood Reserve. And they were actually sued by Brown-Forman because they thought it sounded a little bit too much like Woodford Reserve. Now, these guys started in, I think, 1993, something like that. It wasn't super long ago. Either way, so that kind of encroaching on that Woodford Reserve name. And a lot of people also said this kind of tastes a little bit like Woodford Reserve with the small batch. So it'll be interesting to try this myself. It's called 1792 because that was the year that Kentucky became a state. Hold on. Yeah, that was kind of a letdown. Oh, well, maybe the next one will be better. So I'm actually going to pour all three of these just so I can let them sit out for a little bit and then kind of keep talking. That one wasn't, I've got to say, so far, maybe it's the way I'm opening them, but I'm going to pull this one real fast and see if I can get a good old pop out of this. Hold on. There we go. That's much better. So it was me. I'm the problem, as usual. All right, you guys got to help me remember just in case I forget. So the full proof, actually, I'll put that over here. The small batches over here, and I'll just put this one in the back. That one's the middle. So cool. So how have you guys been? It's been almost 3 months since I've live streamed on my channel. That's a lot. The last time I streamed here was, I think it was December 2nd or something to that effect. Sorry. It's just, Just not been a thing I've been doing lately. Anyway, all right, let me go ahead and take a sip because I would love to. And hey, bourbon buddies, what's going on? All right, happy Friday to you. So let's go ahead and smell this. It smells like a bourbon. Big surprise. So it does kind of smell like a run-of-the-mill style bourbon. It's sweeter than most. I mean, honey, vanilla, caramel, orange. Some of the spice from the higher rye mash bill. I believe I did make note here. So the mash bill of the small batch here, which actually it's the same mash bill across all three, is 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% barley. I know, Christine, it's me. And I was just telling everybody how you convinced me to buy these. All right, so let's see what else we got. Not very heavy on the oak for me, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So just because we just had a big influx, I'm going through all three of the 1792s. I am just about to take a first sip of the first. So cheers to you guys, and I guess cheers to being back. Not at all like Woodford Reserve. Ooh, boy, that is totally different than I was expecting. Very Elijah Craigie. Actually, very Elijah Craigie. Oh, wow, even the finish is just totally different there. That's very cool. It's got almost like this, almost like a, what is that? Like a cherry juice kind of finish. Wow, that's really good. Oh, hey, Jason. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Jason. That's awesome. And yes, to your point, the Discord is awesome. For those of you that are not in the Discord, you should join the Discord. There's a link in the bio. And Steve A, since you're awesome, would you mind just throwing a link in the chat for me? So, oh man, I didn't even think to bring any challenge coins out. Oh well. Anyway, so talking about this is way more cherry than I was expecting here. Kind of very surprising, actually. Let me take another sip. You'll also notice it kind of took the edge right off my voice. Now, instead of having that little crackle, I'm just dropped an octave. So it's good. Okay. Wow. That's super impressive. Have you guys in the chat, have you guys had the 1792, any of this three? I'm curious how many of you have drank this before or are drinking this along with me. By the way, I'm not sure which one of these is going to be my 2020 whiskey challenge submission for bourbon, but that is still open for me. So I'm gonna do one of these. I'll throw up my picture later tonight. Man, I kind of just want to sit with this one for a little while. Well, why don't I tell you guys a little bit about what I've been up to lately? So some of you might have seen, I think it was maybe even yesterday, I put up a video, I think it was Wednesday maybe, on the new rocks glasses that I had made. Those things, let me tell you, I realized that I'm selling them, and of course I'm going to market them, whatever, but like, real talk, they're some of the coolest glasses I've ever drank out of. Something about the way that it's like a slightly thicker, like, lip or whatever you want to call it, and it's super heavy on the bottom too. So when you're holding it, it's like substantial. And because it's kind of short, it just feels really good in your hand. It's funny. I almost never drink out of rocks glasses. And I found myself, I drank some Ironroot out of there, even though that makes absolutely no sense. I drank some Elijah Craig out of it as well. And I've only had them for a few days, but anyway, so I don't want to harp on that too much, but if you're interested, thewhiskeydictionary.com. Okay, let's get back to this. Let me see if I can pick up anything else on the nose because it's kind of breathed for a couple minutes and I've been swirling it a bit. So this is 46.5% if I'm correct. Yep, 46.85. Sorry. 93.7 proof. Not quite sure why they went with that particular number, but whenever you see something that's specific, either there's meaning behind it or they just really, really liked it at that proof, and I'm cool with either one. Mini Glens. Yeah, I could do Mini Glens. That'd be fine. Oh boy, I have an idea for what I would put on that. But then you guys wouldn't buy it. Something about having a small dick. I don't know. Something in there. There's a joke. Oh, you have the sweet wheat, Timothy. What do you think of that? Is that worth trying to hunt down? I know it's a I think it's a limited release, correct? You know, it has a little bit of a dustiness to it as well. It's almost as if there's something in it, like literally just particulate almost, which these end up going through non-chill filtered. Sorry, they are non-chill filtered. They just go through a regular screening. Pretty sure I saw that earlier, but I'm trying to think if they did it to all of them. Give me 2 seconds to look. I only took a very slight notes because I do like to go into these things pretty blind. It's a little bit more fun. And I came into this with this is my first drink of the night. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to actually try to give some real nosing and tasting notes like I would normally do in one of my episodes. I don't typically do those on lives because the pressure is a little bit different and I'm usually drinking multiple things and blah, blah, blah. But we'll see. $150 for the sweet wheat. Boy, that's not worth I'm sure that's not worth it. I don't know. Christine, have you tried it? Or Dramhound, have you guys tried it? Love sweet wheat. Others who say it tastes like cardboard. Drink it. Okay. It's good. Okay. Anyway, so I did invite a couple of people to join me on the stream whenever they felt like it. So I have no idea what tonight's going to bring. But if you are a typical whiskey tuber, you probably can find the link somewhere. If not, then maybe just go into the Discord and ask around. They'll point you in the right direction. All right. So at the risk of just drinking that whole thing and killing my palate, I'm going to move on to the bottled in bond. Now, this one is 100 proof, so 50% ABV. Not a whole lot more to say about it other than that it follows the typical rules of bottled in bond. Has to be done within a single growing season, bottled at 100 proof, I believe. Now, I'm kind of forgetting the exact definition here myself. Can it be over 100 proof? I don't remember. I think it has to be 100, but it might be able to be over 100. It would be strange if they limited it to not being able to be over 100. Oh, that smells very different. Interesting. That's So Go Habs. Bourbon Sane is working tonight, I believe. I did invite him to come on the stream, and he's always welcome. Huh. Well, the nose is I don't know. Maybe it's kind of fun to smell both of these at the same time. It's been a little bit. It has to be 100 proof. Exactly. Okay. I thought it did, but I wasn't 100% confident. So thank you for the confirmation. So I would say that this has a little bit more vanilla, but it's very muted here. A little bit more oak is coming across too, but there's something deeper in there that I don't normally smell in a bourbon, and I'm trying to place it. Almost like some sort of a flowery kind of like rose petal kind of. It's very earthy. And I'm trying to place exactly where I've smelled this before. Anyway, all right. Well, let me try a sip. Cheers, guys. Not quite the shock factor of the other one. The alcohol's, oh, I'm probably a little too close for that. Sorry if I just smacked in your ears. How much was Springbank 10? I think it was 65 or 60. I honestly don't remember. I'm sorry. But Christine might be able to remember. She was the one that also told me that was a good price. Christine's a very good source of information. All right. So as far as the taste in this goes, it's more about the mouthfeel, I think. It's definitely just totally coating my tongue here. And I'm a little bit worried that I might have to drink a little bit of water before I have the full. No, not Pine Sol. Although I believe we cleaned this table with Pine Sol earlier, and not Pine Sol. Yeah, you can use Pine Sol, whatever, it doesn't matter. Not Pine Sol. Boy, what a life. I get to just sit here and smell whiskey. What a good thing to do. So for those of you that didn't see the Sagamore video that I did, so I'm currently working on getting over there. I'm actually going to probably meet with one of those guys, I would say next weekend. I had some good news happen today where I'm able to go to this major whiskey event in my area. Now, I didn't think I was going to be able to. My wife was going to be somewhere else that weekend, so I had to watch the kids. But something happened and everything worked out, and we found a babysitter. And so I'm going to be able to go to this event. And it's from 1 to 4 on Sunday next week. And it's going to be, it's called the Grand Dram, or Go Whiskey Weekend, sorry. And it's over 300 different whiskey expressions with, I think, something like 70 or 80 different distilleries there. And it's basically my major networking event of the year. So I was really bummed to have to miss it. And I pretty much give out like 100 of my business cards and all this stuff. It usually gets me enough whiskey to last me most of the year. So it was going to be a big deal if I had to miss that one. No, not divorce. Excuse me. No, nothing like that. But I'm just very excited. I'm going to be able to go, and I'm going to be able to drink, and I'm going to be able to have fun. And I'm going to probably save. I know for a fact that they have Pendleton there. So I think I'll probably save that one for my whiskey challenge submission. But we'll see. Anyway, so let's keep drinking this guy. For those asking where, it's at Julio's Liquors in basically central Massachusetts, Westboro, Massachusetts. It's like awesome. I talk about that place all the time. It's because it's truly just awesome. All right. So anyway, talking about the taste here. I think one of the things that sticks out a little bit more in this than necessarily the regular is this hint of, or not even hint. It's pretty solidly there of maple, and it's like a maple brown sugar kind of thing, almost like not with the oatmeal bit, but like you guys know, like the maple brown sugar oatmeal, like the instant oatmeal. There's a bit of taste of that in here. It's actually, yeah, I like that comparison. I'm gonna go with that. It's a little bit hotter, of course. There's some rye spice that cuts that a bit, but it's pretty good. Yeah, man, I'm not even kidding. It's one of the best events I could ever imagine. What's good is that Julio's is known not by like everybody, but in the industry, it's known across the whole country for sure, and other countries. So people want to go to this event, and they have everybody there. Like Glenmorangie and Ardbeg, they're both the same. They're there, and it's nice because now this is like probably like the 5th or 6th year I've gone to this thing, and most of these guys I end up talking with over email. So when I go, I wear this shirt because I only see them once a year or so. They're not going to recognize me, but they recognize the name because Whiskey Dick, and they always recognize me, and it's awesome. I walk in there and I'm just like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? And I'm hoping that the Licorice Brothers from Ironroot, actually, they won't be there this year, at least not to my knowledge, but they have been talking to Ryan from Julio's, and said something to the effect of coming up there, I believe. Boston accent. Yeah. Freaking killer kid. Wicked good. You don't have that typical Mass accent. No, I don't have it. Not at all, actually. I did grow up south of Boston, actually, but I didn't grow up in Southie, which is where that accent's from. That's basically South Boston, but I grew up 30 minutes south of Boston. So anyway, Full Proof is good. It's good. It's possible that I'm being a little bit jaded because this was such a surprise. But I don't know. So far, definitely my second place, but it's certainly not bad. All right, let's go ahead and try out this guy. This is the Full Proof and won the 2020 Whiskey of the Year award from, oh my gosh, his name is escaping me right now. This is not a name that should escape me. Holy crap. Jim Murray. Wow, that was almost embarrassing. Little embarrassing, but I'll deal with it. I'll blame the whiskey. No, it's not in Foxborough. It's in Westboro. Oh, I grew up in Rainham, Massachusetts, right next to Taunton and Bridgewater. Nothing like Taunton, more like Bridgewater. You grew up 45 minutes west of Boston. Nice. I'm in Northborough now. If you're at all aware of the area, which I'm sure you are. If you were 45 minutes west of Boston, we probably live pretty close. DH Silv, what's going on? All right. So smell on this is much heavier in caramel, or caramel. Do you guys say caramel or do you say caramel? Three syllables or 2 syllables? I say caramel. There's more good stuff going on. This is actually a really interesting group of 3 whiskeys, considering it's all the same stuff, just aged it differently. Not that can't have a huge effect, but it had a huge effect. So that was Sudbury. Yep. Okay. Man, that's good stuff. I'm just gonna smell this like forever. The smell on this is reminding me a little bit of the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Yeah. Barrel proof. Yeah. Geez, man. ECBP. Man, I've been doing a lot of stuff lately. It has been an extremely long week, or long 2 weeks at work, actually. So, all right. So let's see what people are saying about caramel. All right. We got 3 syllables. All right, cool. I'm going caramel. Good. Or I don't know. I go caramel. Caramel? Now I don't know what I actually say. All right. Anyway, so let's have a sip of this. All right. Cheers, guys. Wow. Ooh, that's good, man. What's that? 125, I think. Yeah, 125. Wow, that's really good. Oh my goodness. It drinks like a 125, but it's got flavor behind it too. Certainly not. All right, sorry. Wow. I totally forgot what I was saying. Damn it. Seriously serious. That was a good line. Anyway, this is cherry. It's caramel. It's like toasted butter. It's the way it coats the inside of your mouth is incredible. This is awesome. I totally see why this would win such a prestigious award. It is very, very good. I have no idea what I paid for this. All I know is what happened was I drank like 13 different whiskeys and then I spent, like $170 on 4 different whiskeys, which is not a bad price considering. But I have no idea what anything cost. I have the receipt, but I'm not going to get up and go get it. So, yeah, this is really good. Yeah, it's like similar to ECVP. Like when I first tasted the ECVP, I was thinking to myself, like, this is a game changer. And I had so many people that came to my house try that out. I've mentioned before that now I'm like the guy who has a ton of whiskey at my house among people who know me. So when they come over, like, they know what kind of night they're getting into. I do wonder occasionally if people choose to stay home knowing that, they're going to have a headache the next morning. But oh man, that's really, I just kind of want to just drink this and not talk. Can we just sit here in an awkward silence while I drink? Speaking of awkward silences, so I recently showed my wife Pulp Fiction. She had never seen the movie. And I'm curious, from the people in the chat, did you like the movie Pulp Fiction or did you not like the movie Pulp Fiction? And more importantly, here's my question for you. How would you, if you were to say, what is the theme of Pulp Fiction? What is the story that's being told? What would be your answer to that question? Because she got me thinking, and I'm gonna I'm gonna elaborate here in a minute, but I want to give you guys time to like, respond. Do you get to write off whiskey if you use it on a podcast? Yes, I do, actually. I just did my taxes. For those of you that happen to be patrons, you just saw I just did a video about essentially my expenses and such that I did this year. So for $1, if you guys want to become patrons, you can go check out that video. Pulp Fiction is one of your all-time favorites. I Whiskey She Wines. Come join me. Join me. One of my favorites. Never been interested in it. Yes, Pulp Fiction was amazing. I have to stab her 3 times. Great film. Honestly, don't remember Pulp Fiction. Royale with cheese. Moral of the story. Didn't care. Man, first date I took my wife on was to see There Will Be Blood. We came away with very different feelings about the evening. So now this is why it's interesting. And so she didn't like the movie, and that's fair. And she's, can have her own opinion, whatever you want. Oh, hold on. Pulp Fiction was very odd, but very good movie. I'm not prepared to say more given that it's been 2 decades since I actually watched the whole thing. Okay. Well, put it this way. I've probably watched the movie about a dozen times in my life, and I tend to watch it every couple of years. I'm gonna, whatever. It's like a 20-year-old movie. If I give spoilers away, then sorry. I'll try to keep them light. But in general, the concept of that movie is that it's mostly focused on the time jumping, right? Like just the fact that the story is out of order. It's, to my knowledge, it was probably one of the first ones to do that, if not the first one to do that. Certainly one of the most popular ones to do that. And when she asked me, like, when she didn't like it, I asked her why, and she said, well, there was no story. And I thought to myself, realistically, like, if I'm being fair, the story is kind of not great, like, you start off and you've got these, well, actually, where does it even start? Probably somewhere, I'm not going to remember at the moment, but thinking about the start of the movie versus like where it ends, I do, not the actual movie, but like the timeline, right? There's not a whole lot that happens. It's pretty much just some people driving around. Occasionally somebody gets shot, and Zed. Well, it's not a great flick from a story wise, but without the gimmick of the time jumping, I don't think it would be all that memorable. So kind of interesting to think about. That being said, I like that movie a lot, and I'll watch it every time I see it on. Now, what I will say was a really good movie, which also does that time hopping thing, was Kill Bill. And I am a big fan of the movie Kill Bill. Actually, at the whiskey, the Bastard's Ball there, when we were at La Quinta the second night, I remember I ended up leaving the party. It was, call it like 1:32 a.m. And I went back to the hotel room because I knew I had to pack up all my stuff so I could just kind of be ready to go in the morning, because I did not want to try to do that with whatever hangover I was planning on having. And I turned on the TV, and Kill Bill was just starting. So, of course, I had to watch the entire thing as I was packing up my stuff. But then I just laid in bed and watched the whole movie. And what a great movie Kill Bill is. Me personally, maybe top 20. I think it's just a really good movie. Now, Kill Bill 2, although it had some really good parts, I don't think was nearly as good, but I did like it. You didn't like Kill Bill? Oh, man. Now, Memento was also very good, but I really liked Kill Bill. But I'm also kind of a sucker for like ninjas and stuff. All right, I'm going to smell all 3 of these because I should probably get back to the whiskey, but I could talk movies for a while. And actually, I have another thing I'll talk about in a sec. So I'm going to smell all 3 of these. I don't want to like mix them up because then I'll lose track of which one's which, but I wish I could somehow do like a blind smelling. But anyway, let me see. I haven't actually seen True Romance, but somebody's been telling me recently I have to watch it. Now, that's an interesting comparison. The reason I say that, just off the surface, like if you were to have me smell one of these 3, this one's kind of out because the alcohol burn, it covers up a lot of what makes this a really good smell. Now, these 2, the regular small batch and the bottled in bond, are dramatically different, which is kind of crazy considering it's really only a difference of what, like 14%, something like that. No, not even like 3.5%. But when you consider, I don't know. There's a much different. I need to do some more research on these for the actual episode I'm planning on filming. I'll probably do similar to what I did with Sagamore, and I'll just do all three of these together. So you guys are almost getting like a sneak peek of something like what the episode will be like, just with a lot more information. I would choose this one, the regular small batch, as far as the smell that I prefer. It is sweeter, and I definitely have a sweet tooth, so this is a good one. This smells almost like oakier and a little bit more earthy. But in general, I think this one's my favorite for taste. Now, sorry, for smell. Now let me actually taste these and see what we've got going on here. I'm going to clear the palate a little bit. I did not say the prices of each because I don't remember them. I don't even have the receipt up here. I think it's downstairs, so I can't even run and go get it. Actually, give me 30 seconds here. Okay. Oh, good. It looks like Whiskey Crusaders is probably going to come join us. That'll be fun. So, okay, here's what I bought. I took a lot of pictures. It's almost like, oh, here we go. Okay, great. Wow, I found that fast. Okay, so that's interesting. They still call it Ridgemont Small Batch. Okay, so the small batch was $28.99. The bottled in bond was $35.99, and the full proof was $42.99, and the Springbank was $65.99. These are not store picks at all, actually, which is what I understand to be pretty impressive. Hard to find. All right, so I keep going back to the regular small batch, which I find crazy now. Not ever seeing Pulp Fiction is like never seeing Two Girls, One Cup. I haven't heard people talk about Two Girls, One Cup in a really long time. The kind of thing that just comes back to you pretty vividly when you say it out loud. All right. Yeah, no, I saw that Mr. TW 2009. Let me kind of give that a shot. All right, so yeah, I guess so. Kind of worked. Interesting. So what he said was to get rid of the alcohol burn, just blow across the top. Seemed to work. So somebody asked if these were 2020 releases. There's no date on here, but I just bought them. I bought them in 2020, so I don't know. Hard to say. I doubt that they had them for very long. Not long enough. Okay, so anyway, let me go through all three of these again, and just now that I've tried them all, and hopefully some of that shock factor of it being really good is going to be gone. DH Sylv. Okay, so that one's good. The taste is although still very good. Like this would be a great buy for under $30 if you could find it. Which I think you could probably find the small batch pretty common. Animal Farm DH. Oh God, you guys are awesome. Sure do love having all of these vivid memories of the things you're mentioning. The taste in the bottled and bond is growing on me a little bit. Blue waffle. So Savage Sniper, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but you're entertaining. All right, small batch is easy to get. That's good. So I'm so spoiled around here. Like I said, Julio's just has everything all the time, and I have a Total Wine really close to me, and they usually have everything too. I'm totally very spoiled. It's not often I can't find something that I want, or at least get it ordered for me if I really wanted to. All right. All three of these whiskeys are transitioning a bit as the night goes on. This one is definitely something to try. What did I say it was, like $49.99 or so? That is totally worth $50, 100%. This is an experience. This is a good whiskey. This is an experience. I'm not sure about this one yet. The bottled in bond just kind of doesn't have that much more over the small batch from me. A small bitch whiskey. Now see, that would be a good name. Well, no, YouTube wouldn't let you get away with that. I think one of my favorite female whiskey tubers or whatever, she was around actually before I even started, was Wham Dram, thank you ma'am. And that channel went away. She did like 5 episodes or so in about 3 months, and she never made another one. And I did see there's somebody who shows up in the chat occasionally, or on my in my comments, that is named that as well. You guys keep making the spam filter block out the bitch. So anyway, here's a question for the group. Does Wild Turkey have 2 warehouse Fs, or are all ones just labeled F still CNF? I have no idea. I know H is the one that they make a big deal about. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. Whiskey Bitch. A lot of people didn't like Whiskey Bitch. I had no problem with her. She just, kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I didn't like her lighting. It bothered me. I'm allowed to be anal about some things too. Let's see if the taste is improved at all by the glove. So let's go ahead and try this guy. I don't think she got shut down. I think she just stopped. A lot of people used to make fun of her on the Reddit for whiskey, on the subreddit for whiskey. And I think that maybe that got to her. I'm not sure. Archie, welcome to the chat, buddy. I'm glad you came and joined us. Can't imagine what else CN would be. Camp Nelson F. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, some people don't know what the Power Glove is. This is the Power Glove, and it's so bad. Yeah. It is an old Nintendo accessory that has become a thing I use on my live streams. It helps me to drink with power. Yeah, I think that's probably it. So the thing with Whiskey Bitch is she was a large lady, and the internet is not typically very kind to women in general, never mind women who are not attractive. She was opinionated in a good way, as far as I'm concerned. But, you can only take so much abuse. I don't think I have the gun, actually. I used to. Might be one of the few pieces of Nintendo things, or just video game things, that I didn't just keep my whole life. Oh, that's good. This is the bottle and bond. This one's it's possible that things are just getting better as oh, sorry, Matt. I hope you haven't been in for a while. Here we go.
Nope, I just got here. Finally. I go to freaking Sam's.
Hold on. The Power Glove has made its way onto the show.
That means it's going well.
I was just going to say, so you came at a good time. All right, let's see. Damn it. Stop it. All right. There we go. How you doing, Matt?
Good, how are you?
I am great. How are you? Oh, you already said. Yeah. So I just finished with the, I just went through all 3 of them. I don't know if you've watched any of this yet.
No, because I was at Sam's and being dragged around the store. Yay.
That's fine. So I have been drinking all 3 of these. I had the small batch, the bottled in bond, and the full proof.
Okay.
So I am curious, Matt, since you have everything, do you have the was it sweet wheat or something like that?
Yeah, I have the sweet wheat.
Okay.
It is right here.
Do you happen to know how much you paid for that? Because people were saying some pretty crazy numbers.
It was like $42.99.
Oh, okay. So you paid probably MSRP.
Yeah, I retail.
Yeah, that's good. Or yeah, retail. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that, and I got the 12 year as well.
Okay.
And I think I
Oh,
paid
you have the 12-year. Okay.
$50 for that, and I got the bottled and bond, some single barrels, some full proofs, all sorts of good stuff.
Nice. So for those of you, I didn't mention this earlier, but these are all 8 years. So the 12-year, that's why that matters.
Nice.
So,
oh, you got the old 8 year ones?
well, no, that's what the full, I'm sorry, the bottled and bond and this one are, at least presumably they're 8 years. I'm completely going off what I read on the internet, which, as we all know, is 100% trustworthy.
You used to have an 8 year age statement, but they dropped it.
Okay.
So, plus, they also got sued. The whole, because they were the by Woodford.
What a jerk! Like what was it written? I had that.
What was it they used to call
it? It was
Ridgemont Reserve, I think.
Ridgemont Reserve. That's what it was. Ridgewood.
Yeah,
Reserve.
Yep. If you find one of those bottles, they're actually worth a ton of money because now they're illegal.
Oh, that's fair. People are weird. So Revealing Hawk asked me what whiskeys make a good shot drink.
Depends what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, so that's an interesting.
What are you going for?
Yeah, I mean, people like Fireball for taking shots, but
it's also 66.
Yeah. So Revealing Hawk, how old are you? That's a good question because that will help us to decide. Oh yeah, do you have the port? Because that sounded really good.
I do not. I know I have a buddy who's got one. I have tried it. It's very good, but they haven't made the port in a while. I unfortunately do not have a port with me. Yeah, I've tried that. I've tried the high rye. That's really good, but we finished that. That sucker's gone.
Okay.
It made an appearance and then it disappeared.
Nice. Savage Sniper's on his way to go get some 1792.
Well, I mean, for the money, I mean, like the regular small batch is like $25, $26. That's a good one to take shots with.
For sure. Actually,
price-wise,
I'm going to take a whole different approach. I'm going to completely agree with you for a completely different reason. I think this is a great one to take shots with because after you take the first shot, you're going to start thinking to yourself, oh, whiskey doesn't need to just be shot. I should try drinking real whiskey.
A valid
and I should drink it slower.
Or if you're going to shoot it, at least do I don't know, some Kentucky Deluxe or something, something classy.
Yeah. Probably like Glenmorangie Signet, I think is probably a good shooting whiskey.
Yeah, that's a good way to spend it. It's always good to get new whiskey drinkers. Oh, right. You pour a little bit, and you're like, you turn around,
spend $300.
You go. So I finished it already. I'm like, that wasn't really to do with it.
I know I've told this story before, but I'm totally going to tell it again. I had the what was it? The Old Pulteney 1983, and I had a bunch of people at my house, and I offered them all like a small sip of it, and my wife's cousin, who was like 22 at the time, she just threw it back. And it killed me inside. The bottle was like $600.
Oh, that hurts. That really hurt me. Those things are like $850 now.
Right? Oh. Yeah. Actually, I'm not surprised to hear that. But man, that just I looked at her and I said, "You're not allowed to have any more of my good whiskey."
Yeah, for real. Too young. Just don't know any better. Didn't start drinking early enough in life, is what it tells me. So take us to remember.
Nice.
It's all good though.
So which one did you decide to open?
I started with the small batch because this is actually a barrel pick from Goody Goody, which is the local store we have here. It does really good picks. So
Matt,
funny name for it.
Notice how we have no line between us.
Yeah. That's called the cool paid for version.
I guess it must be. I don't know.
Which is kind of funny that it's that big of it. I may have to just pay the $20 and get the paid version.
No, it was like $200 for the whole year.
Right, for the year, but I mean per month.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Either way, I'm finally using it.
Yeah, exactly. You're using it, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Xavier has a good point. He said Gentleman Jack is not bad for shots, and actually, I think that is a really good suggestion.
It's super smooth. That's probably not a bad choice at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to burn and actually still taste good, Gentleman Jack's a good choice.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost a fortune either.
All right, everybody in the chat, your job right now is to try to outdo Gentleman Jack as a good whiskey to shoot. We need to change our paradigm here. We need to go from a bunch of like uppity connoisseurs to 20-year-old somethings that just want to shoot whiskey. But
Screwball.
No, I tried Screwball the other day.
You don't like it?
It was not what I expected. It was
a peanut butter bomb.
I know. Well, that was the thing. I didn't find it tasted like peanut butter all that much. I thought it tasted way more like butterscotch than anything. But I don't know in the bottle. Like maybe I need to try it more than once.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The first time I tried it, I was like, meh. And then as it opened up a little bit, it got a lot better. Jameson, only problem with Jameson, I guess for shots is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's too metallic to me. I mean, granted, if you're shooting, you probably don't really get that point, so don't care.
See, Jameson, I don't dislike Jameson for shooting, mostly because it does tend to be very smooth. Like, I think that's a pretty solid contribution. I think that Gentleman Jack still outdoes it for me, though.
Yeah, of course.
There's a little bit more flavor to Gentleman Jack.
I like Dustin's idea. Point out Buffalo Trace.
Interesting choice, actually. If you take it seriously, though, because it's inexpensive.
It's a good one. Or Weller Special Reserve's another good one. Also inexpensive.
Hey, thanks, David.
Bars have it, so.
Cheers. 23 haven't been into whiskey very long, but I've realized it is better neat than shot. You are on the right path, revealing Hawk.
Absolutely.
You have revealed the way. I don't know. Shut up.
Canadian Mist. Canadian Best would probably be a fine shooter. It's not a very good whiskey, but it's fine for shooting. I think I would.
Jameson IPA. Interesting. I have a bottle. Actually, I have the stout and the IPA. I'm planning on doing kind of like a head-to-head with those two.
Good plan.
I already know which one I think should win because I've tried them at a bar, but we'll let that stand in the episode. Did a lot of what I did with Jameson a lot was the Boilermakers. So
yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, those are good for that for sure.
Definitely,
because it pretty much just jacks up the alcohol content of whatever you're drinking because it does taste very smooth to the point where there isn't a whole lot of flavor.
True.
Yeah.
Travis says only Western Special Reserve is close to me. It's not close to anyone else. Readily available. I'm sorry. Here you can buy it by the case. They don't care. Just like Baby says, same thing. Do you want a case? We don't. They don't care.
Right. So here's a question for the chat and for you, Matt. So do you ever go to the liquor store? No, I'm just kidding.
Do I ever go to the liquor store?
Do you ever go to the liquor store and see people who are clearly trying to make a decision and just want so badly to just volunteer your knowledge?
Oh, I do lots of the time.
I sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So I was in Total Wine a few days ago, and this woman was there with her kid who was probably like, I want to say like 14. And she was like, I want to get your dad some new bourbon that he hasn't tried. And I'm like, oh my God, my moment, but she was looking, and I was like, all right, if she picks up something shitty, I'm going to say something. If she picks up something unique or good, then fine. She's doing well. I'm trying to think of exactly what she picked up. It was something I had never even seen before, which I immediately was like, okay, cool. At least she picked something unique. It wasn't oh, here's a Tullamore Dew. It was a bourbon that she picked out.
At least she didn't take a proper 12.
It was if she got that, I would have been like, whoa, pump the brakes. It actually looked a lot like this, except it was fatter on the top, and then it was more heart shaped.
Probably Ensign Red, which is a Canadian whiskey.
It was a bourbon for sure.
It was a bourbon for sure.
Yeah, because it was in the bourbon section. Yeah. I was super tempted to just be like, do you want a suggestion? But then I'm also like, I don't even work here. Like,
yeah. No, what's funny is sometimes I'll be in the store and the employees come get me and ask me, can you help this person? That's my favorite. They're like, we don't know, but this guy does.
Right. Yep. I like Bourbon Saints comment. And Bill walked up. Hi, I'm the whiskey dick kid. Mommy, what's a whiskey dick? So Travis, it's funny that you say that. I was super close to just being wicked. It's not passive aggressive, but like just being really obvious with it and walk over and be like, "Oh, this Eagle Rare looks really good," or something like that.
Yeah.
Just pick up a bottle that I knew looked really good and be like, "This looks like something that I think somebody's father who wants something new should try." So,
I'm just trying to think what the bottle looks like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know it if you said it. I didn't see the label.
Unless it was
All
like,
I know is it wasn't something common, so I was like, okay, that looks good.
Rebecca Creek kind of looks like that, but it's a blended whiskey, not so much a bourbon. Usually it's in the bourbon section though.
Yeah, Rebecca Creek. I'm not sure. I know I've seen that bottle before though. Like that name sounds familiar.
It looks really familiar. It looks pretty close to the 1792 bottle.
Yeah.
That's the only two I can think of.
It was bigger. Like it was almost ridiculous how, like, if these are the shoulders, it was ridiculous how wide they were. It was like boom,
Yeah, that's Canadian too.
Yeah, just hand her a card and be like, "Excuse me, I'm the whiskey dick. What can I do for you?"
Good commercial for your show though.
Yeah, right. She'd be like, get away from me. Mace me in the face.
Oh, yeah. Dustin says maybe Bowman. Was it Bowman, maybe?
I'd have to look it up. I would definitely recognize it, but whatever. All right. Anyway, moving along. So it looks like some people have had the same kind of experience, but most of them seem to not get involved, which is fair. That's probably the normal person thing to do. But
we're not.
One advantage to being like 6'3" and huge is that most people, like, I can just kind of do whatever I want.
That's true.
I'm not all that worried about people being like, "Who are you?" I'm be like, "Who are you?" Anyway, it was not blue in color. Hey, She Flung Dung, what's going on? She Flung Dung, this was kind of a last minute thing. I did start I put up the video, the whatever you want to call it, the thumbnail in the video at like probably 5:30 or so. But yeah. Steve A gets involved regularly.
You have to save them sometimes. A lot of times they really are just lost and they just are just asking for help, but they can't find any employees. That's usually the problem. And you start talking to them, not even asking them what they want to do. Then they start asking when they figure out you know what you're talking about. They're like, "Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" That's usually works out better. Do you know any friends I've made at liquor stores? Like tons of really good friends I've made at liquor stores that I hang out with on a regular basis.
So that's another funny thing. I've talked to people before, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, you've been to Julio's? Yeah, do you know so and so? Do you know this guy? Do you know this guy?" And I'm like, "I know a lot of people who work at a liquor store. Is that where I want to be in my life?" Yeah, probably.
Yep, yes, it is. I know people that work there, and a lot of customers that come there. They usually come into our events all the time. We just share whiskey all the time.
Nice.
So it's like pretty much at this point in my life, all my friends are either are whiskey friends. I don't really. The rest of them don't seem to exist anymore.
Yeah, well, that happens as I mean, you certainly have a passion for whiskey more so than I think anybody else I know. So
this is probably true.
What would you say is the best month to come to Texas?
As far as like temperature or
just
temperature wise, you're better off in either the spring or the fall. Of course, it's Texas, and you never freaking know. It could be really cold. It could be really hot.
I can do crapshoot. Super hot is tough for me.
Yeah, it's not generally super hot till like June. It's not. May is usually tolerable, and April's usually fine. March is good. You just have to, it rains a lot. It just depends. You just never know with the rain. That's the other issue: is rain. But yeah, I would not go in July. July is the summer in general. If you just want to come hang out in Texas, not the best decision in the world.
You know what we should do? We should Bourbon Sane's in the chat as well. We should arrange it so him and I both come visit you at the same time.
There you go.
Do you have enough space to fit us, or are we getting hotel rooms, or what's going on?
It's whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm not about sleeping on a floor, especially if whiskey's involved. Sometimes it's involuntary. So.
Yeah, it happens.
I can usually make it onto a couch of some sort.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty funny. We used to have this in our old house. We had a couch in the bar, and inevitably someone went to our house and slept on that couch almost every time. It never failed. I'm like, oh, and I had one guy that came over. It was hysterical. He was way too drunk to go home. I'm like, you can stay here. He's like, I'm gonna sleep in my car. I'm like, it's like 30 degrees outside. 4 or 5. No, I'll sleep in the car. Okay, whatever. Have a nice night in your car.
Yeah, right.
So he slept in this car. I'm like, I told you like 6 times you can sleep in the house. I don't sleep in the car. He just was too drunk to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Well, he'll feel nice and warm from all the alcohol, at least.
Exactly. So eventually he went home at like 6 or 7 in the morning after he walked around the neighborhood a few times in the cold. I'm like, you're crazy, but whatever works for you.
I remember, so long before I was the whiskey dick, I was known as, what was it? It was just Whiskey Bill, actually. And I earned that name from chugging Jack Daniels, like out of the bottle, more than a few occasions.
Nice.
As I mentioned, I'm a huge guy. I could take a lot of alcohol before it becomes a huge problem. So I was at this girl, Angela's house, and we were having a party, and it wasn't a huge party. We were probably like 10 people there. And I remember I took that little, like, you know, the cap that keeps you sensible on the Jack Daniels. I took that off.
No.
I was not willing to be sensible. I remember turning the bottle upside down. There's a picture of it out there somewhere. And I drank a lot. And actually, do you guys remember? It was probably a few months ago. I was on somebody's live stream. It wasn't one of my own, and I drank Booker's from the bottle. I think it might have been Bourbon Sane. I randomly joined somebody, and I drank Booker's from the bottle. It was pretty much the same idea, except probably about half the ABV. Actually, possibly even a third of the ABV. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember a few things from that night. I remember making apple crisp, which is quite an advanced move for somebody who had drank as much as I did. Except by the time that it came out of the oven and I called everybody around and I said, "Hey guys, I made apple crisp," it was completely uncooked. There was raw oatmeal just sprinkled over the top of it.
That's awesome.
Way too much cinnamon and not nearly enough apples.
That's
So that was the first part. So people ate it because they were all drunk as well, and you know, somebody made food. I later found out, I didn't even know until days later how terrible it was. So I was hearing all this third hand, or second hand, whatever. So I also remember at one point I started feeling like I was going to be sick, and I do not often get sick when I drink. It's probably happened less than 10 times in my life.
Must be nice.
And most of those times I have very much deserved it. In this case, I very much deserved it. And I remember somebody was in the bathroom because they were already getting sick. So I went outside and I was like, maybe some fresh air. And so I'm walking around outside, and I didn't actually get sick, but I remember being over a like a storm drain or like a grate, you know, one of those storm grates, and just kind of sitting next to it, being like, well, if it's got to be somewhere, it should be probably down there.
That would probably be the right choice.
Right. Well, I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm sitting in somebody's front yard over a storm grate. Like, is this what I'm doing with my life right now?
There could be worse places to throw up.
Yeah, I'm a very responsible puker.
I mean, I would be thrilled if you were someone in my house and they would take responsibility to go outside and do it.
Yeah.
Out of my house, perfect. I know my brother once was here with his wife. They made it maybe a mile. They had to stop at Whataburger to hurl in the parking lot. I was like, not at my house. Good job.
Yes, Whiskey Bill did go to college. Whiskey Bill is, in fact, quite a heavy drinker without puking. It's one of my superpowers. That and always getting a very, very good parking space. So, which you might sound like a lame superpower, but when you consider how like good of a thing that is to always just get a parking space right in the front. So, you know, they always have these weird blue plates, but I don't know what that means. So I just park there. Thanks, Steve.
Didn't you know that they have the new? You seen that one online on the Fat Man Grilling? That's the Fat Man Grilling. That's the parking spot you usually go in.
The Fat Man. I don't think I've seen that.
You haven't seen that one? It's supposed to be really for like a pregnant lady with the stroller.
Oh, okay.
Like inverted that and made it a dude grilling.
That's awesome.
Fat guy's grilling. but it's really a pregnant lady with a stroller. It's pretty.
All right, so what are you drinking right now, Matt?
I switched to the 12-year.
I don't have that one. Okay. I mean, if assuming these are all, now I'm wondering if these are actually 8 years old. I don't think that they must not be.
I also have the single barrel. I can pour this.
Well, you know what, DH Sylv, I do have legs as well, but I'm a lazy bastard. So, don't pretend you're better than me.
We heard about your stories.
We're both equally shitty.
I think Dustin's the king of Uber Eats, so it's all good.
I've never done Uber Eats.
We did it at the Bastards Ball. Mm-hmm. That was the first time we ever tried. No, the year before. It was a total clusterfuck. Like they screwed the order up, came 2 hours late. By that point in time, we were drinking so much, it was just too late for the food. It just ended poorly.
Yeah. I remember that. Was that like all the pizzas that came?
That was this year. The first, I guess the first time at the with the Crater Barrel opening. This year was much more better planned as far as food goes.
There was this year, yes, but then last year, somebody like really late in the night, somebody ordered some pizzas because I remember me and this one guy, I don't remember who it was. We were both staring at the last piece of pizza, and we were both trying to be gentlemen about it. I was like, "You can have it." He was like, "No, you can have it." And I said, "You can have it." "No, you can have it." I said, "I'm going to take it." He's like, "You can go ahead and have it." I said, "Okay." And I reached and grabbed it, and he just looked at me like, "How dare you take that piece of pizza?" Like, screw you. You had 2 chances.
That's different.
Do I look like the kind of person who passes up a slice of pizza? The answer is no.
There's funny. Dustin says Uber Eats is coming as he speaks. That's awesome.
What is that?
Uber Eats is coming right now, he says.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure Dustin lives to keep them in business. And then Travis ordered pizza. These are all good decisions, though. Pizza is definitely the ultimate food for drinking as far as, so you don't get hammered. It's always a good choice to order pizza.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's right.
Travis, that was thank you for ordering pizza because that was awesome. Yep.
Yes, definitely.
That was one thing I loved about the Crowded Barrel. It was just so much stuff that like the people who brought the water bottles, it's funny because like a 24 pack of water probably costs like $5. And just like, could you possibly spend a better $5 at a group gathering like that? And it was just so awesome having everybody have that,
Absolutely, man.
It made the night go so much more smoothly too because everybody was able to drink longer.
Scary part is we drank almost all that water, and it was a lot of water.
I'm not surprised, actually. There were a lot of people, but like I personally drank a lot of them. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I drank a ton of water.
Yeah.
Because I was told by my wife she'd beat me otherwise. So it was for the best. I drank a bunch of water.
There you go. So I Whiskey She Wines. I'm not sure if that's Bobby or Sam, but are you planning on coming in? Because it's after 10, and you said that you would. And awesome.
They are good.
Really?
I do like Sam said they ordered Taco Bell, but it went to like Maryland.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
In Kentucky or wherever.
I remember hearing about that the next morning. And
that's hilarious. So the next question is, what happened to those tacos that were ordered in the wrong state? That's the story I want to know. What happened to those tacos?
You know what, Chris? You like Friday night was not your fault.
No,
you were so all over the place. You were late. You were on a flight longer than you were expected, and being on a flight in general dehydrates you. So yeah, nobody here thinks less of you about Friday night. Now Saturday night. So
I just feel bad for him. The poor guy. He get back to the hotel and passed out. He just didn't make it.
You missed out on a whole night.
The La Quinta that night. He was done. It's okay. Yeah. He had a good time in the vault.
Yeah,
a real good time.
Now, actually, I'm probably going to be going to Austin at some point. I think in August. My wife and my anniversary is on August 3rd, and she was talking to me recently about like how she wants to go to Austin, Texas. So I think we're going to go there with her sister and boyfriend, and just have like an awesome time. But it's funny because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I've already been to Austin a couple times. Like I can straight up show them around, and I don't even live there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now I'm like, let's go to the Salt Lake Tavern. That place was amazing.
You got to go to the vault then too while you're there.
Well, I did think about that, and they actually are game, which I was shocked to hear because none of them really drink whiskey. But I was like, I can show you where I, go for a couple days in the middle of the summer.
Either way, no matter what, I mean, the Wizard Academy Hills campus is awesome anyway. So
yeah, it is a cool place. They were like, yeah, we're willing to spend like an hour or two there tops, but then we'll go do something else. Like,
cool either way. See, there's Jam Band. Thank you, ma'am, right there.
Yeah, there you go. But it's not the one because I did check. Yeah, I know it's going to be in August. That's going to be so hot. I'm aware.
Yeah. So speaking of times not to come to Texas, that is one of the times not to come to Texas.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You were here in August the year before.
I know it was brutal.
Didn't bother me.
Be wearing a black shirt.
It's like whatever. It's hot. Big deal. For us, it's like meh. It's what it is every summer. But yeah, you were really going to come to Texas, I would really suggest like March or October.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to be in San Diego actually for a couple weeks in March. If anybody happens to be watching this and is in San Diego, let me know because I would love to organize some sort of get together at the Whiskey House. The last time I tried to do one, it didn't really work out that well. Only like maybe 4 or 5 people showed up. It wasn't a lot of people, but I also kind of organized it a little last minute. So, I would love to do something there, just like not what do you call it? Not official, just go meet up for a drink. Yeah. And be fun times. I might get in contact now that I know I'm going. I just finally booked my trip yesterday. I might contact the Whiskey House. I've talked to the manager and some of the people who work there, and they're cool with me filming there because it's legit like a really cool place. They have the world record for the most whiskeys on display or something like that. It's like over 3,000 different whiskeys.
It's my competition.
Yeah, right. Matt, that wall behind you, take down all those signs.
I would love to. My wife won't let me.
I know. I wish there was a way for us to convince her.
You guys to come here and convince my wife it's okay.
You know what we'll do? We'll all show up and just completely unprovoked be like, Matt, you should really put some shelves here. Like this wall is just begging for shelves.
It is begging.
That's what you need to do.
It begs for shelves. One of those ladders that goes around the little rail.
Yeah, like a library thing.
Yeah, but
with the roll. Yeah, there you go. You could take them off the shelf and just be like, yes, this is a good year.
Exactly.
Yes,
I think that'd be awesome. That's goals in life.
That would be a good one. So
it's happening.
Has all these trips planned, and I'm just living for my next day off. Well, so to be fair, Chris, I'm going there to work. So I mean, it's not exactly a trip. It's the August one is a trip, and actually, the other ones that I guess I do have a lot of trips planned. Yeah, I travel a lot for business, so I get a lot of like free air miles and stuff. So
nice. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, because we're going to Wisconsin this summer, so I'm trying to convince my wife to let me have like a 2-hour meetup. We have a ton of fans in Wisconsin for whatever, which is really cool.
There's nothing better to do in Wisconsin than drink, I guess.
Well, yeah, because most of our friends on distilleries, breweries, and wineries, and then restaurants, which all have alcohol, so it should be great. Yep. And then state parks.
Okay.
And the water, so it should be fun. I'm looking forward. It seems to be a really good time. So.
I do think, oddly enough, my wife, before her and I met, she used to travel all the time, and she would go to Europe a lot. Nice. And she hasn't been a whole lot of places in the U.S., which is funny because, like, I used to travel a lot as a kid too, or like when I was younger. But she's been infinitely more places than I have. But I've been way more places in the U.S. than her. So we've decided to try to travel a little bit around the U.S. Now, one place that neither one of us has been is Iowa. And so I've been thinking about going to Cedar Ridge.
Absolutely.
And so I told her that I wanted to go to Cedar Ridge and film there, but make like a weekend out of it. So, maybe I film the whole day or something, or, like 6 or 7 hours at Cedar Ridge, but the rest of the weekend is for her and I to go explore Iowa. Now, of course, that's still Iowa. So like, what the hell is there to do? But,
there's a winery next door at the Cedar Ridge.
Is there?
I know that much.
Now, have you been to the Cedar Ridge?
No, I wish. I'd never been to Iowa. I'd like to go there. We got invited by the distiller to come up there, So maybe someday I hope to go, which will be a lot of fun. So I'm not opposed.
So asking the chat here, where in the country, if we were to get all the whiskey tubers to all kind of like go somewhere, where I guess Kentucky's kind of the obvious choice, right? I mean, it's got to be like just organizing a whiskey tube like bourbon trail. I think that'd be cool.
Freaking packed.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So that's the one good thing about the vault. At least everything there is spread out.
Yeah.
We're not getting jammed through a freaking mill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder. So, like, would Vegas be fun? I mean, Vegas would definitely be fun, but like, would that? I don't think that would be.
Vegas would be amazing and horribly dangerous for all of us.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have to have
alcohol everywhere. Oh, that's gonna work out well. By a bunch of YouTubers, that's great. We'll end up on the freaking Vegas security cameras doing God knows what.
What does Kentucky have to do with scotch? That's a good question. I mean, there's probably some scotch for sale in Kentucky somewhere, but that's about it.
There's great scotch for sale in Kentucky.
Iowa is more than a flyover state. Yeah, there was a girl I once knew from Iowa. Her name was Elizabeth Kennedy, and she was. I probably should have paid more attention to her. Yeah, her and I definitely had like a thing, but it never came to fruition. Memories. Anyway, so who's drinking what in the chat here? I see Scott from My Bourbon Journeys here. I saw he came in a little while ago. Scott, do you want to join us? You're welcome to. If you want to, let me know. I'll send you a link.
And Vegas would be awesome. You know why Vegas is awesome? Because it's cheap and it's fun as hell. I would totally do Vegas. I think it'd be an awesome like YouTuber convention in Vegas. But just for whiskey, obviously. It'd be fun. Oh, so my buddy is texting. Have you had Remus yet?
Remus?
Have you had the Remus or the Volstead at all? Have you tried those?
No. However, actually, there's a thing I want to hold on. I want to see what you think about this particular bottle, but talk to me about the Remus because I don't know really anything.
So the George Remus is one of MGP's first brands. They came out and we had their master blender here.
Oh, okay, yes. And
so they did the George Remus. Was the famous bootlegger, and so he has his own brand, which is from MGP now, and it's really good. The regular one is like 94. Then these the other two are bottled and bond at 100, and the Volstead is a 14-year, and it comes in this cool Art Deco, Great Gatsby's the inspiration for the bottle. It's very cool. Okay. Basically, Fitzgerald wrote about George Remus. It was his wild extravagant starties that Gatsby's based on. So, okay. It's really, really good whiskey. But yeah, we opened up my buddies, and his is like, holy crap, this is amazing. It's quite good, though. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to try the Volstead, that's definitely a good one to try.
Good to know.
So yeah.
Right. So here's the I'm on the page. I got to find the name of the whiskey. It's some island in Scotland that just started making whiskey.
Is it Rassay?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Oh, we have a bottle.
What do you think of it? Have you tried it?
It's freaking great.
Is it? Oh, damn it. Oh, that sucks. So how I'm pretty sure I told you that the like my wife is not going to be around, so I can't really do all these things. So yeah. they do this thing the week before that big. I'm all over the place because I forget when you joined. If you heard me talking about the Grand Dram, the thing next weekend. Sorry, it's called the Go Whiskey Weekend. The one in November is called the Grand Dram.
I don't know anything about this, but okay.
That's fine. Okay, so there's this event in Massachusetts at Julio's Liquors called Go Whiskey Weekend, and it's something like 70 or 80 different distilleries show up, and there's over 300 different expressions of whiskey.
Damn!
If you can get your ass over here for next weekend, I'm happy to put you up.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah, right. So, but it's basically my networking event of the year because I just go and I talk to people pretty much the whole time, and I have their whiskey, and I'm like, here's my card, all that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they have all these things leading up to it, and one of these things happens to be this like dinner at, oddly enough, the place that my wife and I got married. And I was thinking about going originally, but my wife is not going to be around, so I have to watch the kids, of course. Yeah. So I can't go, and it kills me. Oh, yeah. I just realized I've been wearing this glove for like an hour. I should probably take this off.
Yeah, we can totally make a whiskey festival just happen here too. With the
What was
stack
that?
of cards we can make a whiskey festival happen here at the stack of cards about this thick that want to do events.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
should get that going.
that is one of the plans actually to do a giant whiskey festival here. So we can make that happen for you.
Yeah. So Dram Bam, thank you, ma'am. I guess I just haven't drank enough yet. Also, I get less cereal when I have like 6 people on the chat, and in the stream, and we're all just playing off each other. I'm actually having a good time kind of doing a overall tasting of these 3 different versions here
because they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly, they are good whiskey, especially for the price. If you get them at retail, they're really good.
I don't think I ever finished my point of that story. Sorry. That at the dinner, they're giving away a free bottle of that rosé or whatever it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll it's the first whiskey ever produced on that island or something like that. Or at least that's what they're saying. I can maybe do that and have a video about it.
Because they're actual like Rostalov says that it's while we wait, because the actual stuff that they're making now can't come out until I think sometime this year, because it has to be 3 years. And I'm not sure when 3 years is up for them. I'll grab the bottle real quick.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's quite good though.
What's everyone's thoughts on the 1792 12-year? Yeah, I need to get my hands on it apparently. Oh, because I was wearing the. Yes, no, I was definitely in my full streamer mode. Figured this is my first stream of 2020. I need to wear the glove. No glove, no love. That's what they say. Yeah. You know what? One thing I didn't do actually is add any water to this. Now I've seen several people say that you should not add water to 1792. Oh, what is that?
Yeah, so this is what it's called. This is the while we wait. So this is what
okay.
It's supposed
that's cool.
to taste like when theirs is done. So my buddy got this when they were over in the UK last year. But it's quite nice.
The tax on whiskey in Australia is so bad. Yeah, Barry, I know. The tax on literally everything in Australia is so bad. Super duper cereal. Come on, guys, I'm super cereal.
I thought that was you and Jameson and some Lucky Charms.
Yeah, man, I am so disappointed that video didn't do better.
It was so funny. I don't understand. It was hilarious.
I was gonna say, like, I genuinely think that was even stepping away from it as being me. I thought that was a really funny video, and it just nobody saw it. It was like it's got like 2,000 views. It's
really,
yeah, I know. It might have more by now. I haven't looked, but I need to find a way to promote that. This. Maybe just put it on Instagram as like a uploaded video or something.
For real, because it's only a month away, not even.
Yeah. Well, so I've been thinking. Actually, this is a good question for the chat. Usually, the last 2 years I've done Irish Whiskey Month for March, and I'm thinking about doing that again this year, and I probably will. So I've got a few in my mind that I'll do. I'll definitely do the red spot because I have a bottle of it. I'm thinking about picking up a bottle of Redbreast 12 because I've never reviewed it. I should probably pick up the green spot, and then I feel like I should probably pick up the yellow spot too, just because that one's probably my favorite of the 3. But I'm curious if there's any Irish whiskeys that you guys actually want me to cover. I remember the ones I've already done, so feel free to suggest whatever, and I'll think about it. So Mr. TW 2009, I'll if you search my channel for traditional Irish breakfast. Or if you just type that in, traditional Irish breakfast, you'll find it.
You should do you get Whistle up there?
What?
Do you get the Whistler up there?
The Whistler.
Yeah, it's an Irish. They've got I've got at least 6 or 7 different ones. It's really cheap and it's really good.
It doesn't sound familiar. Hold on.
I've only seen it in one place here, but Specs carries them here. I've seen them on other people's channels now, so I know that they're getting out to other stores somewhere. I know, Dustin knows
it's pretty new,
really good, and it's cheap. The most expensive one is $60, and it's a 10-year.
Is this a pretty new whiskey?
Within the last probably year or so, yeah, so fairly new.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't recognize it, but I haven't been looking for it either. Yeah, especially with me going away in March, like I've got to pre-film a bit, so I want to see what I can do. Now Connemara, I have a contact at Kilbeggan who they're the overarching owner of Connemara and Tyrconnell, and Kilbeggan. So I reached out to him recently and I'm trying to get a couple bottles of the Connemara. If not, I'll probably buy one because I think it's a cool concept of a smoky Irish whiskey.
This is delicious.
Is it? Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. You can get the Castron, which I can't find here, unfortunately.
I've seen it
with Robert Licorice. He had a bottle. It's freaking awesome.
Okay.
I think that'll be right up your alley.
Nice.
Sure. I like it.
You know what? That's right. I'm totally like losing track of what I'm doing here. So I've got the the small batch, and I'm going to do a couple of drops of water in it. Now, like I said, I've heard people say that we shouldn't do water in the 1792. I don't know why. I have no idea. Yeah,
we make Will take all the ones with the water just in case they suck. So if that's his job. We're like, oh, it sucks. Sorry, Will. That's your whiskey now.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the nose at all. So, the first few seconds, I think Mr. T is watching the Irish whiskey video right now. So, yeah. See, it's good, right? All right. So actually, Matt, they're asking about the 1792 wheat.
I'll pour some more.
All right, Matt's going to give you his opinion on that. Any redbreast would be good. If you can get independent bottling, they'd be really good. The Connemara was good when I had it completely by surprise before seeing the darkness in Newcastle. What's up with this new unpeated Ardbeg? Yeah, is that the black, or is that the other one?
The wee beastie.
Oh, the beastie. Okay, yeah. Either way, I'm excited to try both of those.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want both. Mm-hmm. That's the answer. Both.
Literally everything Ardbeg, please.
Yeah, exactly. Does it say Ardbeg on the label? Then I would like them all.
Yep, solid buy.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no unbiased opinion. It's Ardbeg. The answer is always yes.
Right. I have a contact at Ardbeg as well. I need to reach out to him and see if he'll, because I have a feeling the black is going to be very hard to get your hands on. At least at first.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just go to your friends there at Julio's there. Problem solved.
They'll have it for sure, but it's gonna be expensive. Like, yes. I like to get things for free.
I make better friends this way.
If I didn't get things for free, I could not run this channel whatsoever. Like, I know you probably watched that video I put out the other day.
I did.
One thing I meant to talk about was how many bottles I actually got for free over the year.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gotten a shitload of free bottles too. I mean, when we have events, I mean, they'll leave me like 15 bottles. It's awesome.
I see Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
I need to move over.
Bobby's stamp sucks. That's hilarious.
What's the best? I think this one's probably best. Hi, Bobby.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on? Thanks for joining.
Not much. So I just got home from work. So I worked a half day, and I got home, and I was in a bug-infested house today. So I had to put all my clothes in the dryer on sanitize and get a shower, and now so I'm here.
So being in a bug-infested house, are you ever tempted to shoot the cockroaches?
I would love to. I would love to. Yes.
How fun would it be to tase a cockroach?
Yeah.
You can probably get two of them at a time if you're really good.
I can't complain because like I didn't step in human poop, which has happened. So that there's silver linings.
Yep. So, speaking of human poop, which is always a good way to start a story. So my parents, for a number of years on Cape Cod, they owned an ice cream business, and that ice cream business was mostly ice cream trucks, but it also included snack bars. So from the years of, I want to say 1999 through probably about 2014, if you got an ice cream from an ice cream truck on Cape Cod, it was probably owned by my parents. So there was a place that they kept all of their ice cream trucks. We called it the Depot. And there was a pen that was locked up, but there were too many ice cream trucks to fit in the pen. So we put some of our crappier ice cream trucks outside the pen. And during the winter, at some point, there was a homeless man who decided that he was going to live inside of one of the ice cream trucks. And what he did was he decided to use one of the freezers as a toilet. So, from what I can tell, is that he would sit on top of the freezer and do his thing. And not that the freezers were on, it certainly didn't freeze anything other than the fact that it was winter. But when my parents came there in the spring and he was gone, they were welcomed with a wonderful surprise when they opened up the freezer to clean it.
That's horrible.
Oh boy, oof, man.
I can't imagine how bad that must have smelled.
Oh, since we're on the topic though, my dad had a pretty funny story one time. So another homeless guy, because there's actually quite a lot of homeless people on Cape Cod. There was an area of this place where my parents kept the ice cream trucks that we called the dock. And if you think about like a loading bay at like a supermarket or something, you could back the trucks up to it. So this one day my dad gets to work and there's a homeless guy asleep on the dock, and he's got his sleeping bag and all of his stuff and everything. And my dad gets there and he's like, oh, man, come on. And my parents are good people. He's not gonna like call the police or anything. And he just kind of wakes the guy up. He's like, hey. The guy's like, ugh. He's like, you got to get out of here. He's like, oh, all right, sorry. And he sits up and he's like, can I have like 2 minutes just to wake up and then I'll be out of here? My dad's like, of course. And the guy's like, he holds up a bottle of Listerine and he's like, do you want to take a swig? This is like, that's what he had been drinking the night before. My dad looks down at him and it was some pity and he just goes, nah, that's not my brand. I love that story. So,
I mean, that's a gentleman right there. He's willing to share some of his stash,
right? He's not a bad guy. So Bobby, what are you drinking tonight?
So to go with the theme, and it's the only 1792 that I have currently. I've got a foolproof store pick, and it is wonderful.
A foolproof store pick sounds like a pretty solid buy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it was one of those, like, I know the guy, so he went in the back and got it for me type of deals.
Nice. Do you happen to know what you spent on it?
Boy. I think I spent about 60 on it.
Okay. That's quite a bit more than I spent on my foolproof. My foolproof was, I think, $49.99 or something like that.
Yeah, they're 45 here. So
I don't remember. The problem is I bought multiple bottles, so I'm trying to. I don't know it. I would guess somewhere in that range.
Yeah. So Eric W., thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. If anybody else is feeling like copying Eric, that's the thing you could do. So what do you think of the full? You like the foolproof store pick?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
I'm very, very impressed by the foolproof overall. I had never. This one's the small batch still, but I need to pour some more foolproof. Sorry, I've been going for like an hour and a half, and I've had quite a few of these. So, Bobby, what's going on? I copied your video.
What's that?
I copied your video, the tax video.
Oh, that's good. You should. Yeah. I think it's. I think that's something people are interested in. It's not something people necessarily talk about a lot. I don't think people necessarily try to hide it either. It just doesn't really come up. I think it's a great subject.
Yeah. Well, I know that YouTube doesn't like us talking about how much money we make off of YouTube, which is kind of BS because it feels kind of like that. It's like how you don't talk to your fellow employees about how much you make. You might think that that's because you might feel jealous of your fellow employees. No, it's so that your boss can, pay you less.
You're right.
And not to worry about you finding out.
Douchebags.
So, yeah, totally.
But I freely tell you how much I hate my freaking people, so it's fine. Used to be a great company, not anymore.
That sucks.
We got bought out. The new management just sucks hard.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
More than happy to tell them they suck hard too.
That is also something that occasionally is appreciated, which is odd.
Kind of like Sam sucks, like my here.
There's so many things we could say to that, Bobby. I'm just not going to say anything.
Is
And
she,
I mean it on many levels.
I'm sure Sam will tell us all about it when she gets there.
Right.
I was gonna say, is she gonna be home soon or?
Yeah, so she's like part of our neighborhood has like this big concert event in the summer, and she's one of the chairs, I guess. So they're like working on that right now. So she'll be here. I would think she would have been here by now, honestly. So
Okay, cool. Things are always better when Sam shows up. So
yeah,
you married a good one, Bobby.
I guess.
I gotta say, I actually really like seeing her hangover after the lives on your Patreon. I find that's a fun thing to watch.
It's real.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it's a little fun to watch. Sometimes it's just like, hey guys, I'm awake. Sometimes it's like,
You can tell she's like running late for work, and her hair's just like up. And yeah.
Are you guys hearing that too?
I hear that.
So Bobby, I think did you hear record?
Let me turn this down a little bit.
I'm muting you. Figure it out.
Holy crap. I don't know what it was, but it's the attack of the microphone.
All right, I think you fixed it.
We good now?
You're still pretty staticky. Oh, Bobby. This
Hello,
is what you bring
hello?
to the table, huh? You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. You ready? I'm going to, nope, I'm going to do this. Hold on. No, shit. That's not what I meant to do. I was trying to make you the center point here. I think I can.
Should be able to.
Nope, I don't know how to. Oh, wait. There we go. Ah.
There it is.
All right, say a thing.
How does that feel, baby?
How does that feel, baby?
You know where I was going with that.
I did. I love that. That was awesome. Lower. Wow, that's awesome. So we were actually talking Pulp Fiction earlier, Bobby. So
Yes.
what's your opinion of Pulp Fiction?
That is one of my all-time favorites. I've probably seen it no less than 50 times. I love it was just so well thought out. Like you said, I don't disagree. Like if you just look at it like a linear movie, it's not really necessarily good, but the dialogue is great. I don't know. It was just so well done. There's so many little tidbits of things that you wonder what the hell he was doing. Like at the beginning, when the diner scene where the girl's like, any of you fucking pricks move and I'll execute every last one of you. And then when they do it again at the end of the movie, she says it completely different. And it's like, they did it on purpose, but why?
See, I don't know that they did do it on purpose because it was so early in his career.
Could be.
I'm a little curious if it was more just a continuity thing.
And you know what? That's then there I go thinking it was genius and it might have just been a mistake. Same with his
logic. Oh my God, my mind.
Yeah. Same. He said when he said the Samuel L. Jackson said the prayer.
Right.
He said that different multiple times throughout the movie too.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. There was a portion of my life where I knew that whole thing by heart. Like the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the something and the something of evil men.
Yeah. The tyranny of evil men.
Shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I was still close. And no, it's not. There's something.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother. For you will know my name is the Lord.
Awesome.
So I was driving home. I had your chat on during that portion, and somebody had mentioned True Romance, and one of my favorite scenes in a movie. I think all time is in that one with Christopher Walken when he's talking with Dennis Hopper, trying to give him up to where his give his son up, and Christopher Walken says the most badass gangster thing. He says, When we're done with this, you can tell the angels in heaven you've never seen evil so singularly personified as you did in the face of the man who killed you. And it's like,
that's pretty
badass.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. That's really, really good. I like that. I need to watch that movie because one of my coworkers, he's been telling me I need to watch that. And, so some of you might know this. Certainly, people who have been watching the stream for a long, long time. I have been making my way through the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, not just the movies, but the TV shows. And I've been doing them all chronologically. So last night I finished a show called The Runaways, which might be one of the worst television shows I have ever watched in my life. And it was painful to get through. So back in, I want to say it was the end of November, early December was the last time I had watched an episode of it. I think there were 10 episodes in the first season. I think I got through the 5th episode by the end of November. And then Disney Plus came out and The Mandalorian came out, and I downloaded that and I watched all of those. That was amazing. And then I never got back to The Runaways. So I finally decided I really wanted to keep going with this thing, and I had to just struggle through it. And I think maybe Monday this week, I started watching The Runaways again, and I watched like 1 or 2 episodes a night, and I finally finished it last night. And for anybody here who has watched The Runaways, you will totally know what I mean when I say that is got to be one of the worst cliffhangers of any movie, of any show ever. Like, it just doesn't even, it makes you specifically not want to watch the next season. And like at the end of the season, they're running away, and it's like, oh, cool, they're runaways. Like, come on, like I get it, like. And at one point they're like, what should we call our group? How about the Runaways? Because like we're running away. And it's like, oh, I hate you. You know. So, anyway, that's. I hope somebody in the chat can relate. Otherwise,
so who's it about? Who's it about? I never even heard of that show, and I'm into the MCU stuff. Who are the Runaways?
The Runaways. So in long story, have you watched any of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Not really. I read a lot of the comics growing up, so if you say who they are, I may know them. Yeah,
well, I mean, like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's these group of people called Inhumans, which if you want to think about it,
Inhumans,
it's probably what they did because they couldn't get their hands on like mutants from X-Men. But either way, so they're basically mutants, from X-Men. They have some sort of special powers.
Gotcha.
But it's really, really bad. Like, I don't know. Look up a review of it. I'm not going to do it justice because it's terrible. Boondock Saints. That's a good movie.
That's what I watch for St. Patty's Day every year is Boondock Saints.
Oh, that's so good.
There was a firefly.
The greatest movies ever made is by far
this huge freaking guy.
I love the old man that has Tourette's and just swears up and down.
Fuck ass.
So great. It's like the predecessor to John Wick as far as killing people, which I enjoy.
That's a movie series I haven't seen any of.
You haven't seen John Wick? Fucking the best.
Yeah, I would believe that.
John Wick is. Plus, I love to watch John Wick because he drinks all sorts of really good whiskey in it.
I've seen that too. He drinks Blanton's, I believe.
He does drink Blanton's, but he drinks. I think was it the Gold or the Special Reserve? He doesn't drink the regular Blanton's though. It's pretty funny, but yeah, he drinks all sorts of good whiskey. So I'm always looking. Of course, every movie I watch, I'm always looking at the bar. What's on the bar in every freaking place? I always want to know what bottles are there, especially when you watch period pieces to see if those bottles are right or not.
Well, Jessica Jones has a lot of really cheap whiskey in it.
I hate movies that that people use poor gun tactics, like guys that walk around with their finger on the trigger, but they're supposed to be somebody trained in guns that they would never do. Stuff like that irritates me. And Keanu Reeves knows how to operate guns, and it shows in John Wick, and that's one of my favorite things about it.
I really need to watch that. So, Bobby, I'm checking out your shirt here. So I'm making you full screen for a second.
That's
whiskey helps. I love it. Is that one of your shirts?
No, it's some website Sam ordered it off of.
Cool.
Okay. You look much better now. Something like I think I'm just more used to it. I don't know. I'm gonna make you little again because I don't want to look at you that close. Look how
story of my life.
Sorry. Yeah. So Matt, say something.
What do you want me to say?
That's boring.
Yeah, that's boring. That's a weird. I don't like. That's the thing is, I'm almost never on the giant screen by myself since. Where's always Will and Sarah's always at their house.
It's true.
It's weird to do
this until you get uncomfortable.
Occasionally, well, I do sometimes.
Everybody point at Matt.
That's when I go on for like 3 hours and I just talk and talk and talk. And it's all. And people, amazingly, those things get watched. People will hang out the whole night. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's like, no, I'm not done drinking yet. I'm not done talking. I was just keep talking. Just like our anniversary stream went 5.5 hours. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I was part of that, I think, right?
You were on it for like 3 hours too.
Yeah. Okay. That was that stream. Okay. Yeah.
That was a good stream. It was very entertaining. And it was amazing. Like that actually got a lot of that's like one of our most viewed one shows ever. It's almost at 1,000 views.
That's great.
Which is awesome for us.
It kills me that you guys don't have more subscribers. It's a travesty.
It is a travesty. We're trying to get there. We're getting. I don't know. Last time I took, we were like 856. We're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Just not as fast as I would like. It is what it is. We'll get there though.
It is.
I have no doubt.
At one point, me and Sam were within like 30 subscribers of the Bourbon Junkies, and now they got us by like 5,000. So
I know it got there basically.
Don't get me wrong. I am happy for them.
Absolutely.
I don't worry about the numbers anymore. We just do what we do. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a good time. That's
that's what matters.
Part. I'm having a good time, and this isn't there's lots of cool stuff coming that we're working on in the background. That really, hopefully, God willing, soon enough we can announce all that stuff.
I hope so because I can't wait to talk about it.
We can't wait. We're just getting with investors. Right now, we're looking for a building. I can tell everybody that. Mm-hmm. So that's the stage we're at, and some really really cool shit's coming. It's just just got to find the right building, and once you find the right building, then all this stuff, the game changes.
Yep.
And then the shelves with the whiskey, that's a thing. We're going to build a cathedral of whiskey. It's going to be beautiful.
Yes. And we're gonna put on like costumes like in Monty Python and just attack the castle.
You should see some of the shit we have planned. It's going to be hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm definitely.
We have some great stuff planned really soon. We have some really cool things we're going to start doing for people that have donated a lot of bottles. We have this whole thing drawn up. It's going to be hilarious. I'm really excited to do it. So we're just going to go to the other side of just, whatever. Just we have more fun just doing stupid shit anyway. As we can all be serious and I think our reviews are pretty good. We're serious, but all of our outtakes are usually freaking hilarious. You should
put them at the end. They'd be fun to watch.
He does. Will usually leaves them in there. If you watch till the end, a lot of times he does.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I'm like everybody else. As soon as the video seems like it's over, I go to the next one.
Yeah. No, we usually puts them in there right after we're done and say cheers, or he puts them in there after the credits roll, and some of them are absolutely hysterical.
Okay. I'll have to make sure I watch those from now on. So Chris from Bourbon saying, are you still working or are you like what's your deal? Because you've been in here the whole night and it's fine if you're working, but freaking get in here if you're home.
I mean, if you're working, that might not be the pharmacist you want to get your pills from.
I disagree.
Hey, as long as ADHD fishing is not visiting Chris, I think we're safe. Poor guy when Chris's show was the other night. Was it Sunday night? Whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Getting an Uber was quite the task. I don't want it from that pharmacist. Sorry. Can't have that happen. Oh, God, it's funny.
Oh, Jackie's giving away whiskey. Okay.
Yeah, there'll be no hair dyeing. That I'll tell you right now.
Now, see, one thing I do want to do is I'm going to make myself full screen for a minute here. Is I want to shave this off, maybe even this Halloween. I want to shave this off. I want to bleach these, and I want to be the Mr. Clean, right? I'm going to wear the white shirt and the white pants, and I want to be Mr. Clean because the shaved head, it just makes it.
That would be very entertaining.
Oh, bummer, Chris. That sucks. Hope it was nobody close, but I understand now. That's fair.
Oh gosh, that's
ADHD is streaming now. All right. Well,
unaware.
Well. Yeah. Well, if anybody wants to tell him to stop streaming and come over here, then he should.
That would require him to push buttons. He's probably already shit-faced.
That's all right. I can deal with that.
It might be really entertaining, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what, DH Silva. So actually, he mentioned something. So workout advice. So I've taken up boxing actually. It's a thing I've been doing for the last maybe like month. Certainly not forever. But what sucks is I went on what's today, Friday. So I went on Wednesday. And prior to that, for about a week and a half, I had to take off because I was hitting the bag. And for those of you that know boxing, I was throwing a number 2, which is like a right cross, I think. And I threw it just totally wrong onto a spinning heavy bag. And instead of hitting it forward like you're supposed to with a couple of knuckles, I don't know what was going on in my head. I hit it thumb up like this, which is okay. It's basically a jab, except because it was spinning, my wrist went like that. And it was literally as hard as I could throw a punch. And like even just doing that as an example hurt my wrist again. So
and it ruined your sex life.
Well, you know. I know that was solid. All right, anyway, so that sucked because then I couldn't really do much of anything. I couldn't even do push-ups for like a week and a half. So oh well. But boxing is really fun for anybody who's ever tried it. It's a fun workout. It's a really good workout, and you get to hit things, which is cool.
Oh, my kids are both in karate. They're both black belts in karate, so
okay,
I know all about that fun stuff.
Nice.
Yep. And we all know that my kids are crazy. They sometimes watch our streams that one likes to scream a lot. I'm really glad she has other things to hit besides her sister or anyone else.
Well, see, the good thing is they now all know how to defend it. Like instead, you're just gonna have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in your kitchen. You know, it's like,
oh yeah, I attack them on a regular basis just for fun because we're told by their master to attack them and see what happens at home, which is great. So be told by them, attack your children wherever you can and see what they do. It's great.
That's pretty funny, actually. Like, hey, whenever you feel like it, just try to smack your kid. See what
he's an old school guy. He's an eighth degree black belt. There's very few of those in the world, so he's amazing. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
His dad's a 10th degree, so he's like the father of American karate. Is Pat Burleson and he's Chancellor, and so yeah, it's an amazing dojo. It's been there since 1960, so it's one of the first dojos in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very entertaining though. Yeah, it's all old school, and so yeah, they're like, yeah, whatever. They don't. It's the way parenting's supposed to be.
I want to get I want to put my boys in like jujitsu now while they're 5 and 6, and so that by the time they're like teenagers, they're pretty badass. But I'm leery because I don't want them to beat me up.
As long as you're still stronger than them, you're fine.
Sure, it's true.
You have a firearm.
That too.
A gun. We have those too, obviously, but that's a different story.
You're good until they turn 21?
What's that?
You're good until they turn either 18 or 21.
Yeah, right. Yeah. 21 for a handgun. Rifles. Yeah. But the men in Sam's family are all like 6'5", 6'4". So like there's a good chance that if they take after her, they're going to be bigger and taller than me to begin with. So
how tall are you, Bobby?
I'm 6 foot. Okay.
So yeah, I was going to say, you didn't seem that much shorter than me. I mean, a couple inches.
You're definitely taller than me, but I'm not short. You know?
Now, you know who's really short?
I'm a hobbit.
This guy?
Yes. Yeah. This guy is very short.
How tall are you, Matt?
5'6".
5'2"?
5'6". That's fucking short. Shit, my wife's 5 foot.
5 foot short?
Yeah.
Dram Bam, thank you, ma'am. Mentioned Rex Kwon Do.
Oh, yes. Right. Yeah. All right. So what are you drinking, Bobby? You still drinking the
No, I switched over to you again because you mentioned it when I was driving home. ECBP.
You mentioned this essay. I'm going to drink some of this now.
Actually, when I was kind of doing just some really quick research on 1792 before the stream, I actually watched the Vault video on the small bag, and they compared it over to Jefferson's, which I kind of disagree with like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that because Daniel's pretty smart. I was a little surprised that he made that comparison, but I didn't watch the whole video. He might have redacted or retracted his statement. So I don't know.
I will say that I liked the foolproof, but switching to the ECBP, now the foolproof is like trash.
Really?
It's not even a fair comparison.
Hold on, I got to get another glass in the ECBP. Which one are you drinking? The ECBP.
This one I've had this for a while. A119.
Okay, so it's the first one last year. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yes, I have pajama pants on.
Jammy pants are fucking awesome.
I'm wearing sweatpants.
I almost every stream I do in jammy pants. I just don't sees it because of the way that my bar's set up.
Oh, we did a video. What was it? I don't even remember. It was a video we did recently, and I stood up and I revealed my camo jammy pants, and I kind of got a little bit of hell for that.
Why should you wear? Hell, Eric doesn't even wear pants. Why the hell should?
Right? Yeah.
Shit, you guys, I only put pants on for this show. I wouldn't even wear them.
Right.
Still wearing pants is something wrong.
Yeah.
I hate wearing freaking pants. It's the worst. It's like clothes are just restricting. It's terrible.
Oh, Sam is FaceTiming me. I'm gonna put her on TV.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you still live?
Yeah.
Yep.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? How's the live?
Good.
We're having a good time.
Good. I'm at the neighbor's house. They just went outside to do cancer sticks.
Okay. Are you coming back?
I hope so.
Okay.
Sam, we miss you. Come back.
Bill says, "Come back. We miss you."
This is more fun. Guaranteed.
There's too much sausage, not enough taco.
Oh, there's Eric. Wait, he's in the chat right now.
So, but I thought I would FaceTime you while they're outside sucking their cancer
Well,
sticks.
it's kind of overbearing the chat, so I'm gonna get off here. ButLl see you when you get home.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm gonna send Eric an invite and see if he wants to come.
Yeah, you gotta get Eric in here.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I haven't since I was at Sam's shopping with my wife. I didn't get to watch Eric's thing yet today with Emma.
I popped in for a minute or so. It was cool.
I really want to watch that because I like Emma a lot. She's fun to hang out with. So
yeah, it's funny how like classic Texas accent she has. Like she sounds a lot like this girl Alyssa I know that is from Kentucky. Like almost identical. It's kind of funny.
that's fun.
So I have the ECBP and I grabbed the Jeffersons just for the heck of it.
Which one?
Just the regular straight very small batch.
Okay.
Boy, is that just like obnoxious that they like, oh, well, small batch. No, we're very small batch. Like,
Yeah, for real.
like, come on. Unless it has a definition, just get over yourself. So, all right. So I'm going to compare the 1792 to the regular Jeffersons first, just to see.
I guess I'll grab it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
We'll find it here. It's behind all the moonshine. Ugh.
So, Eric, I probably should have sent that to you in a email instead of a text message, but yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, because you sent it in Instagram, and the computer I stream from isn't logged into. I don't know how to log into our Instagram because Sam does that shit. So I had to get on my phone, email it to myself. I figured it out.
About that.
Yeah, I found it in the Discord, so that was good.
Yeah. Well, see if Eric's like an old man, so he doesn't really do technology.
Yeah, I think we're all aware I'm not much better. So,
Oh yeah, my sisters call me Boomer, so I feel you.
Okay, Boomer.
Yeah,
I love that. I think that's so
like,
funny.
I know whiskey. I only got so much brain power for shit. Whiskey, I know. Tech, not so much.
right. It's like as soon as you learn something new about whiskey, like another tech thing, you get.
Exactly. It's like Kelly on Freaking Married with Children.
Yes, I remember that.
That's a great episode.
She didn't know who scored 4 touchdowns for Polk Hyde in one game.
All right, so I've got the 1792 small batch, and I have the Jefferson's very small batch. So,
All right, let's see.
all right, let's just go with this. I'm gonna smell them first. Fair game. My nose is not where it should be because I've had a lot of whiskey. So, oh, this smells like junk. After that, wow. All right, hold on.
Ooh, the 1792 is much sweeter.
Oh yeah,
It's like
regular
Jefferson.
Jefferson. It smells like ugh.
That does not really smell appealing at all.
Right? Yeah.
Dude, it smells like kerosene. That's weird.
It smells like I'm trying to place it because it's something very specific, almost like a glue or something like that.
Oh, it's that rubber cement. You put pictures in books.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's rubber cement.
Oh, that is not good.
No, it's bad.
Oh,
But I like the smell of rubber cement.
Yes, but if
not in something you're about to drink.
no.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, exactly. Not in my whiskey.
Oh man, it's very bad. Like that's surprising because I didn't dislike the Jeffersons when I kind of originally tasted it, but
I usually like Jefferson.
I'm a little bit
I should never do this again comparing them.
I know, right? Like I don't usually do comparisons. I've been kind of doing them lately, and it feels bad because somebody has to lose, and all whiskey is inherently good.
Usually, I try to compare stuff that's similar. This is not.
Yeah. Well, I'm only doing this because Daniel said so. All right. So, small batch tasting. I mean, like I said this morning, that's just really good. Not this morning, earlier in the stream.
This morning, whatever.
Keep going. It might be this morning.
That's true. Oh man, I don't even want to smell it. It's so gross.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I put that on my one of my beginner bourbon buying guides, like the second version of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be fine for a beginner, but it's not. You would move past that pretty quick.
Part of the problem might be that this is at 93.7. This thing, and Jefferson's only 82.3, which might be part of the issue. I don't know.
So DMACC01. I don't know how many people are currently watching him, but feel free to let him know that I would love to have him join our stream. And to send me a quick message or something like that. Actually, if anybody else wants to, just go abuse him. Like, go in his chat and just be like, stop talking, come join Bill.
That's right.
All right, so let's try the. Oh, man,
Matt, you said you were drinking the 12-year earlier, right?
Yes.
How do you like that one?
It's all right. I'm not thrilled.
That is really gross.
I just was hoping for better. And pour some. It just seems really over oaked.
It does. Yeah, it is. There is a strong oak. I liked it. I only had it once, but
I think it's because I don't feel that it fits the rest of the 7. You're used to 1792 being really sweet and not oaky. And I think if it wasn't 1792, I think I'd probably like it better.
Yeah.
And I'm not huge into 1792, so maybe that's why I like that one because it's different.
Yeah.
Have you had the Sam Houston 12-year?
I've not.
Thing is just like licking a tree.
Like licking a tree.
What kind of tree? Freaking whiskeys I've ever tasted. I'm like, what? The only thing else I've had oakier is the 30-year Jefferson presidential. Dear Lord, that was like you lived in the damn tree. I tried that with Liquor Hound, and we're like, no, it was not good. I don't think they can fix it being 30 years old. The Old Bone 10, yeah, I like Old Bones. I think the 10's good. I really like Old Bones. Have you guys had Old Bones at all?
Old Bones.
Yeah, we reviewed it like maybe a month ago, something like that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's really tasty. I really like it. I finished it. We was a donation while they had a little bit left in it. We finished it. Or I finished it because Lawrence is big. They don't like rye because it's a high rye. But I like high rye, so it works great for me. So if you like high rye, you'll like it.
I like a really sweet whiskey, but for some reason, I actually like a really high rye whiskey too. So,
I love high rye.
I genuinely just love everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all three of us do, honestly.
Yeah. I like whiskey in general, all of it. I'm not, and there's a few obviously I really hate, but for the most part, I like pretty much all whiskey. Some
when I say I don't like one, that doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means I don't like it as much as some of the other stuff.
Right.
Well, to be fair, Proper 12 is garbage.
Yeah.
And so is Johnny Walker.
We give you a garbage.
Why didn't you say that in your video, Bill? You were trying to be nice.
I was trying to be nice, and the more I thought about it after the fact, like I've now experienced a lot more whiskeys, and I've come to realize it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not nearly as good as you think. Hi, Eric.
What's up, Eric?
Eric, you're looking snazzy today.
My effing computer. I had to reboot it.
Okay, Boomer. All right.
Are you wearing pants?
That's enough.
Actually,
Let me do this. Ah, look at that. No borders.
truthfully, I'm not. I'm wearing shorts.
Okay.
It is a little too cold for the little man to be hanging out at the moment.
I envy you, Eric, if shorts make the little man hang out.
They're really, really short shorts.
Unless you're wearing like 1970 style shorts, like.
Well, actually, there's the ones that go just above the knee.
There you go. Yeah.
So
see, you're old enough. I would think that would be something other than the little man. It'd be like his little buddies.
my Von Strucker.
So, back on the topic of whiskey, Bubba Franks has a question for us, and actually, Eric, since you're here now, you can be the first to answer. He says he's doing a Four Roses small batch versus Four Roses single barrel tonight. Which do you all prefer?
It depends because there's a lot of variance between the single barrels. So couldn't go that simple. Whereas the batches they can blend to get a particular profile.
I like both a lot, but there's 10 different recipes for the single barrel, so it's
Right.
gonna be
Exactly.
it's a crapshoot. They are really good. I mean, sometimes you will find a small batch that's better than a single barrel. That depends on the single barrel.
A lot of variance between
I would have to say, generally speaking, I would go for the single barrel. If you put two in front of me and I didn't know which single barrel it was, I would roll the dice on that one because it's probably going to be better. But I'm with you guys.
See, I'm actually the opposite. I liked the small batch so much. I really liked the single barrel as well. But the small batch, I felt because of the variance in the single barrel, there's enough of a not knowing what you're getting versus the small batch that I really, really, really like the small batch. Now, what I didn't love as much was the small batch select. I didn't like that as much as I expected. Oh, what's the Ironroot? You just opened it.
So this is a Harbinger, but this is straight from the cask. I was there when they put it in the cask, and this is the Magic Manicorn. So I'm doing an uncorking. Harbinger. So most of Harbingers, the wide distribution ones are lower ABV.
Yep.
The other one I have is the Bloody Butcher Corn. This is the Magic Manicorn 60.5% ABV.
Oh, that magic mana is so freaking good, Eric.
So
glad you got a ball of that.
And I scared away the other two handsome bald men. Where'd they go?
I don't know. Good question. I was just glad
I
I was
was
there.
looking at the bottle when I looked up. All of a sudden, Bill and Bobby are gone.
They probably we all went to get Four Roses.
So now, hey, okay, while everyone's watching, I want everyone right now to go and subscribe to the Whiskey Crusaders and to Eric Waite Whiskey Studies, and unsubscribe from I Whiskey She Wines. Oh, Bill's back.
What's that?
Are we all having it now?
Nothing.
Oh, he's
Nintendo gun. Oh, that's so awesome.
You guys were talking about it earlier, so I was pretty sure I had it still. Had to go find it.
That's awesome. I'm
yeah.
surprised.
My gun's at my mom's house still. I just have the remotes here that might hit from my shoulder, so it's not playing Zelda. Because Zelda's my game, and they're not playing it. Zelda is the greatest Nintendo game ever made.
It is.
Right. So Steve A says that the Harbinger in that barrel is barrel strength. Absolutely. Even the distributed stuff, the Harbinger XC is 90 proof. Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification. Anyway, hold on, see if I can get a good pop. 1, 2, 3. Meh.
So you heard, Eric, that they're making a Oaxacan green corn that barrel off for charity, so you can get it for like $60. Did you try the Oaxacan Green when you were in the? I think you did in the barrel house, right?
I don't recall. I'd have to go back and watch the video.
That's one of my absolute favorite barrels in that warehouse. I'm so glad they're bottling something because I asked them about it at the time who's ever going to bottle. He said probably not. Now they're going to for charity. I'm so freaking excited. I'm going to get a bottle of that because that's my nerd out freaking place to go is Ironroot with all the damn corn. All the grain varieties just excites me like no tomorrow. So
the Magic Manicorn is a little sweeter, a little more honey-like.
So good.
I mean, I haven't tasted this particular bottle yet, but just from my memory when we tasted at the distillery.
I'll never forget that white dog off that Magic Mana either. That stuff was amazing.
Oh, that particularly sticks. Remains clear in my head.
That's
So,
probably
Eric, I'm going to join you with the Harbinger here.
Oh, nice.
I can grab one too.
Harbinger. One of these days I need to look up how to actually say that word because I'm not confident that either one of us
Actually, French, Harbinger. Harbinger. I don't know. So, but cheers to Ironroot and the Bourbon of the Year award. I don't remember.
I will always cheers Ironroot. Love those guys. Cheers.
I know they're pissing a lot of people off, so that's how that goes.
Do they really? Why?
Oh, whenever somebody gets best whiskey of the year or whatever, it pisses everybody else off. As long as it isn't the whiskey Bible. That's what Jim Murray's. Ever since he did that Canadian Crown Royal as whiskey of the year, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody got paid.
You know what though? I gotta say the Crown Royal Harvest Rye, that was a solid whiskey.
Yeah, solid, but not whiskey of the year.
Well, probably true. Now, speaking of which, Eric, I have that Full Proof, which was his whiskey of the year in 2020, which was the point of tonight.
Well, just like freaking Henry McKenna is the best one for the streak in San Francisco.
I'm still convinced that's rigged.
Absolutely rigged. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've never actually bought the Whiskey Bible. Have any of you? I would guess you.
I have a very old one from like the 80s.
No.
It is useless.
No, I have some insider information regarding that gentleman, but I shall not say it. Otherwise, I get sued.
Fair enough.
I'm quite sure that all that crap's paid for, so I just don't care.
Yes.
What really matters in the long run is, do you like it?
I'm gonna go take a quig. I'll be right back.
There you go. All right. Now we can talk shit about Bill while he's away.
There you go.
Right.
I want to see Bill move his bar. That's what I want to see.
Hey Matt, you should shave your head, man. We should be like all bald guys on here.
Yeah, I know, Matt. You're fucking up one of these things is not like the other.
I got a full head of hair. That makes me happy.
Oh man.
Oh, I do love Harbinger. It's one of my favorites.
So I had a bottle of Harbinger, and I gave it to my friend Larry, just because he had never had any Texas whiskey, and I was like, enjoy.
So Jason Coates says, I try to avoid any book that calls itself a Bible. Well, I guess I got bad news for you. Technically speaking, all books are Bibles. The word Bible, the word Bible comes from the name of a city named Byblos. Byblos was where they got the reeds from which they peeled off the skin to then make papyrus, from which we get the word paper. So Bible just means book.
No shit. I did not know.
In Spanish, biblioteca.
Yeah.
You're right. It is.
So
I remember that, and I remember like how to call somebody a bitch.
It's the word, right?
But Byblos was a place where the reeds grew that they did peel the skins off. They didn't lay them flat and glued them together to make papyrus, which is paper. So it's sort of the origin of where we get books from, is from the city of Byblos. And now you know the rest of the story.
See, that's why my kids are taking Latin in school. So it's all good.
Santa Biblia.
Yeah, they've been, they started. Now they
Biblioteca.
yes.
Il y a des motifs enfants dans nos ailes.
What's that show? I need to watch this show in Spanish class in school. What the hell is like Destinitos or something? I don't know. It's this long, drawn-out story about the Spanish Civil War, and I don't know, the family got separated or something. I don't remember. I only made it through Spanish 3, and that was all I made. Those are required, and you had to go through Spanish 5 to finish the series. I didn't bother.
Cool story.
All right, so it's a bit of a heavy pour, but I'm finishing a Stag Junior here.
Oh,
Wow,
damn.
that
was a good choice.
That's impressive.
This is very challenging straight. It tastes very, 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 very good. But right now, my tongue is getting raped.
As opposed to not
So what
straight.
I heard there was
Yeah.
that it was challenging for you to be straight, and
It is. I mean, it's just like it's pretty. Yeah, it's
you're
aggressive.
talking about what is the ABV on your bottle?
60.5.
Okay, good. So the one I have is still from 2018. It's about half done. 57.5. They sent it to me, straight from their place, but it's 27 months aged. What's yours?
I think it's 24.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's 25, 61.38.
I got this when I was at the distillery. We had lunch. We had barbecue,
It was good.
and then they drew this from the cask and corked it, labeled it, and all that stuff. And then I was out the door. So I got it. I was straight from the cask.
Awesome.
It's not 100% clear. It's got it's lightly.
No, it's pretty opaque actually. I'd call it brown.
pretty cloudy, especially
Yeah.
that day. It's pretty cloudy.
But then you had to regale us with a stream from the airport because you did not make it.
But it does taste very good. But I'm gonna put an ice cube in it to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, I know I bring this out occasionally. This is the best Glencairn that has ever existed. It's dipped in Maker's Mark wax. It's a Lagavulin. No, sorry, Laphroaig glass in Maker's Mark wax.
That
Why
is
is
pretty
that?
awesome.
It's one of my favorite little pieces of whiskey things.
So how did you come upon that glass anyway?
So that same place I keep talking about, Julio's. So I think 2 or 3 years ago, at their whiskey festival, they were doing they had Maker's Mark was there, and they were dipping people's Glencairns in it. And so you could go up there, you could give them, getting a ticket gets you a free Glencairn. And so you give them the glass and they dip it and you come back and you get it, and it's perfect. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I didn't think to do this for myself, but one of my friends, Dave, he was like, "Oh, I want to go get that done." And so when he handed it to the guy, I said, "Can you slam dunk it?" And he was like, "You got it." And so he did. It was like up to here. It was wonderful.
That's awesome.
Not dishwasher safe. This thing has never been through the dishwasher. Well, actually, I should say I do not know if it is, but I'm gonna guess it's not. So I don't want to have wax all over everything else.
This is a Glencairn knockoff. It's sort of like the Canadian Glencairn.
Mm.
And I picked this one up at Highland Park. But I think I like this one more than the regular Glencairns. One, yeah, you can fit an ice cube in it. Two, it doesn't have a stem on the bottom of it. I like that. It has a nice hand feel to it. It's kind of like someone clean your balls. I just, and so anyway, I'm gonna have some made, but it's too big across the top for our regular coins. I'm gonna have to have extra big coins made for the top of it, but that's the plan anyway.
Cool.
Or get some My Bourbon Journey coins.
Yeah, the wood ones. Yeah, I have a couple of those. Yeah, those look as well.
Oh man, I forgot to stick something in your box. Damn it! I'll
Hey-o.
mail it separately to you.
Or I guess that's what he said. Yeah. I forgot to stick something in your box. Like, come on. Just easy pickings.
Well, you got 2 fingers,
That's a 5-finger pour. So what is Sam getting here?
I don't know.
Is this planning event just like the most exciting planning event ever?
I think they're just sitting around getting drunk now. I would be willing to guess.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So basically, I brought back in like one bag, like, I don't know, 14 bottles of scotch, no problem. But TSA never sees it. TSA has a law that the rest of the world doesn't. You can only have 5 liters of anything in your bag over 24% ABV. Well, so I was coming back from Texas. I had, like a dozen or so bottles, and so then they were. I was about to lose all but 5 bottles. I was like, "What? This is bullshit." Anyway, so they said, "Oh, per bag." I said, "So if I had more bags, I could put it in the other bags." They're like, "Yes." So I was able to buy
There you go.
bags. But the thing is, because everything gets wrapped in my laundry, I didn't have enough laundry to go around in the other bags to
Oh.
provide sufficient padding. So when I landed here, one bottle had broke. So for my current series of Texas whiskeys, I'm missing one bottle from one of the distillers I visited. But my man Matthew here is getting me got me a bottle from that distillery. So he's sending it to me through various means. But anyway, so that
He's getting it to you legally.
yes. So now what I'm going to do is forget using laundry or
Yep.
going to use the laundry is get this.
Yep. Those are good.
Yeah.
Just-
and this is what I'm going to use. Don't depend on laundry. Bring as many of these as I can.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And use these instead. So
Yeah,
That's
I had
it,
one of ours break on the way back from Old Smoky. I was not happy. 'Cause I wrapped it up really good, bubble taped it and bubble wrapped it, everything. Damn TSA didn't put it back in there right. All I smell is it come up the carousel. I'm like, fuck, it smells like
That happened to the bourbon junkies. They flew. I think it was when they went out to Whistle Pig, and they had everything packed and the clothes wrapped around it, and the TSA opened it up and checked it and just tossed it back in there in a bottle.
yeah, so I would say first of all, you don't ever get an argument with TSA because
no.
they have a binder.
You
They
can't
pull
win.
up the they have a binder. They pull up the binder. They look at the regulations. They quote the regulations. They have no ability to use no authority to use common sense.
Right.
In terms of
ability.
in terms of flammability, there's no difference between having 5 liters in one bag and 5 liters in another bag versus all been in one bag. There's
Right.
no freaking difference. It's
No.
stupid.
The next time I fly somewhere, I want to just get like 30 dildos and put them in one bag and just send it through and see what happens.
That'd be like what, half your collection?
Going light.
So anyway, however, I would say this: they were helpful, and because I was in line to go get on my plane, I was running short. They were helpful in terms of resorting everything, getting the bags, and getting me on my way. They were helpful. They were just doing their job, following the rules, and I understand all that. You know, they weren't jerks about it. They were just, hey, that's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. So nothing on them.
So, Bobby, I have a question for you.
sir.
You were drinking the ECBP. Which one should I drink to do like a compare contrast of you have the full proof, right?
Oh,
I'm guessing you probably tried the small batch.
So I did, yeah. So the ECBP I had A119, which I'm not really high on,
Right.
and it still blew the doors off of the full proof, which spoke a lot to me.
So I'll do the full proof. That sounds good.
Oh, it really should.
So what
man.
People love to hear us bullshit, but they like whiskey more. So
Yeah.
it's funny. You guys are all weird. It's a human interaction, you psychos.
See what you need to get is a Pelican case. Then that shit won't break. So our buddy Cliff, that's what he brings around the country. He brings a Pelican case everywhere. So that's how he always brings us whiskey. I'm like, you're the fucking
Those Pelican cases are for like guns.
Yeah.
Guns or camera equipment, yeah, stuff that's delicate.
Yeah.
or sound equipment, like if you're in a band.
Well, he brought me like $1,000 worth of whiskey in it, so I was really glad he used a Pelican case.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I will. So I'm gonna take a quick second here. I will say actually the nose on both. Shoot, hold on. Well, I know it's the full proof in the ECBP. I'm trying to remember which one I put in which hand. I think this was. Well, actually, I guess this is a good blind tasting, but I won't know the results. Okay, no, I do know it. All right, so I used the Whiskey Dick Glencairn earlier for the full proof. So this is the full proof, and this is the ECBP. The nose on them are very, very similar, like almost identical.
What edition of Elijah Craig?
It's the B519.
Okay. Yeah, here's C19 is the one everyone's kind of been raving about.
Yeah, the Elijah Craig does have a slight difference, but they are like if you put either one and said one of these is this, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one. They're very, very similar. So I'm curious about the taste. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm totally just killing the.
I have a C917.
Oh, I have shitloads of them. I just have to go dig them out.
Hmm.
I have like one for the last 3 years, but I don't think one of them's open. I only have B517s open.
So the Elijah Craig is definitely more alcoholic, even at 61% with 62%. So that's funny. The Elijah Craig drinks hotter. The Full Proof has more flavor. I need some water before I make a judgment call on this, but give me 1 minute. You guys do your thing.
So, hey, Matt, are you going to be at the Texas Whiskey Fest?
Nope.
Oh, bummer. I'm thinking about going, but if I'm going to go, I need to make plane arrangements this weekend.
It's my kid's belt test that evening, and it's my wife's birthday, so I like where I currently live, so I'll be here.
Oh, no, Matt, was he doing like martial arts?
Yeah, they're both. My oldest is a 2nd degree black belt. My youngest just got her black belt in December. So, yeah.
And what kind of belt do you have?
None. I have being a dad, and I have a shotgun. So that's what I have right now.
That's what's important.
We know it's gonna be running the place.
I figure a 12 gauge works just fine. That's the way I look at it is. So when they go to college, I'm like, don't worry. When I tell the boyfriends, it's fine. I'll just help them bury the body. It's fine. Don't worry.
When a boy shows up, you toss him a shotgun shell, and then you tell him it comes a hell of a lot faster after 9 o'clock.
That's good. Yeah, I've got some of those shells that have they've got the pellets in it, and they also got the slug in them. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
That makes sure they're dead.
You know what though? Like honestly, just point to the guy, be like, "You see her? Like she can kick your ass better than I can."
I'm just gonna shoot you. She's gonna make it fucking hurt.
Right? Like I'll have some reservations because I'm way older than you.
And my girls are both angry. You guys have heard them on the streams. I feel really sorry for them. So it's funny. One time we're at karate, and one of the ladies that works there, she's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure your youngest is gonna stab a boy." She pisses him. I'm like, "There's a really good chance they get stabbed." I was like, "It's gonna be bad news for them." I really feel sorry, but I will say that when they do get married, there's no fucking refunds. You keep them. Not my problem.
I'm done. I've done my time. This is interesting.
You had a moment of silence there for a second.
What was that?
We had a moment of silence there for a second.
I did. Well, I'm thinking. It hurts.
Steve is so true.
How long have you guys been been on the live stream?
Looks like 2 hours and 22 minutes.
2 hours and 22 minutes.
Holy cow.
And almost 22 seconds.
Yeah, after my premiere, I was eating dinner, and then I was watching a movie, and then I just recently I was like, "Oh wow, what do you know? Hey, Bill's live. We want to jump on."
I know. It's rare for me to be on at this time.
Yeah, I thought you gave that up for Lent or something.
No, I don't know. I kind of gave it up more for sanity than anything. It's tough to stream on a Friday night because there's things to do. You know, like on a Wednesday night, it makes a lot of sense because there's really usually don't have anything else going on.
For me, it's just the opposite. I got to get up in the morning on a Wednesday, but on a Friday night, I don't have to get up early in the morning.
Well, if I were to stream on a Wednesday, I would probably cut it in an hour. On Fridays, they tend to go however long they go.
Right.
You know? Like we got 45 people watching now. Earlier tonight, there were like 90. But I mean, there's still 45 people hanging out, which is awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
To be honest, just because we're, to get back to whiskey for a quick second, I genuinely cannot choose one over the other. These are like the Full Proof and the ECBP B519, like they're good in their own way. I would put them equal, like in different ways, but they're really, really good together. I don't know. I was hoping that one would be a clear winner, but oh well.
I was actually more in the mood for a single malt, but you guys are drinking bourbon, so I got on the bourbon train.
I let him know the name of my lawyer and that we take those kind of threats seriously. What?
Too bad you'll never see your lawyer. That's nice.
Oh, I have a good story actually. So hold on. All right. So yeah, I mean those aren't even close though. Pew 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 pew.
Elijah Craig, Bear Proof, C917 versus Harbinger, MMC. Texas versus Kentucky.
Red 5 standing by. So I have a funny story about the first. So this girl Danielle that I was dating through most of high school, and actually through part of high school and most of college. Her dad was German and her mom was Jamaican, which is a weird combination. So there was also some Panama or something. I used to call Danielle a Pana-Cuba Jamaican. So whatever. Anyway, so her dad was from Germany and he was almost never home. I guess he worked in Germany and would come home for like a month at a time. So I can't speak German whatsoever, except for Schnell and stuff. So du hast mich, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, so the very first time I met him, I had been dating her for almost a year. And I was 18 at the time, and he's home. And so I go to her house, and she says to me, she's like, all right, my dad would like to meet you. I'm like, oh, cool. That sounds fine. Like, whatever. And she's like, he's down in the basement. Why don't you go down there? I was like, okay. So he's a big dude. He's about as big as I am. And actually, he's probably like fatter, and he says, he's sitting in a chair, smoking a cigar, and he's got his face about half shrouded in shadow. And he's like, Bill, why don't you take a seat? I'm like, okay. So I sit down. Bill, can I get you a beer? I'm like, I'm 18 at the time. I'm like, sure. He's like, Danielle, get Bill a beer. Just yells up the stairs. So she brings me down a beer, and then she goes back upstairs. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, why isn't she with me? So I'm sitting there. He's like, so Danielle tells me that you know what I do for a living. And I'm just like, what? Do I not know what you do for like he sold shoes or some shit over in I don't even know. But like the way he phrased it, it was very much he was in some dark shit, right? So anyway, so we end up drinking a beer together and talking for a little while. And over time, I'm like, okay, this guy's at least like a decent dude. But I don't think I've ever been in a more intimidating scenario in my life. Like he was just straight out of The Godfather, except German, which is somehow worse. There's going to be like crap involved somehow. I don't know. So,
it would be really bad if he was a taxidermist.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, now the funny thing is after like that whole ordeal, I went upstairs, we hung out or whatever, and I went home for the night, and she calls me the next day and she's like, did you have a beer with my dad? And I'm like, yeah, he offered me a beer. She's like, yeah, he had no idea that the rules over here were like 21 plus. He just offered you a beer because you were 18. And I'm just like, I just accepted because, frankly, I was scared out of my mind. Like, Danielle tells you what I do for a living, right? You might be Benjamin.
That's crazy.
I'll be eligible to retire by the time my daughter's a teenager. So I figure like if I just catch like one assault charge on the first boy, like word will spread after that, and I'm good.
There you go.
I took the ice cube out of the Harbinger. And
Okay.
now I'm going to warm it back up. I'm going to do a side-by-side with the electric Bear Proof versus a Harbinger. At approximate ABV, equivalent ABVs. This is 65. Holy shit. Elijah Craig is much higher than even to begin with.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'll have to pour a little bit more back into the Harbinger to get them evened up.
Real quick, Eric, before you get into that, just because I don't want to forget. So luminosity, you cannot bring a bottle on your carry-on if it has been opened. If you have it in your like checked baggage, you got to wrap that shit really, really good.
Okay. Yeah, then it'll leak it out and then it become more of a fire hazard. So that was one of the things is if they had left the bottles alone in the luggage, they would have stayed intact. They would not have broken. Nothing would have been spilled. It would not have been a fire danger. It became a fire danger because I had to remove them and one of them got broken.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
That's a good point.
It's silly, like you said. There's no difference between if it's in one bag or multiple. Like it's such an arbitrary thing.
Right. But enforcing codes and regulations and all that kind of bullshit,
My only thought is that if they thought it wasn't whiskey, if they thought it was some sort of chemical, like they probably don't want them to be next to each other. And I'm sure that's what the rule stems from. But it's like, come on.
You can't bring anything in carry-on, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
You can bring little bits with you on carry-on, which I do frequently.
Yes, I do that.
Yep.
You know,
some airlines tell you can't. Whatever you bring on, if you bring a little mini, you can't drink it.
It depends so like JetBlue, right? So a lot of them have the rule where if you have the stewardess open it for you, then you're cool. It's worth looking up, but like JetBlue, for example, I just bring them on, and when the stewardesses aren't walking around, I always, whenever I get on, the first thing I order is like a water, right, with a cup and ice, whatever. And I just actually no, I order a cup with no ice with water, and then I chug the water, and then I just break out my little samples and I pour.
Go to the movies. It's something in the movie theater.
You just get like a Diet Coke, drink the Diet Coke, and then you put the whiskey in there, and it's still brown. Problem solved.
There you go.
The last the last wedding I went to, they had. I said, just give me a whiskey neat. I think it was Maker's Mark, and they were like, we're not allowed to do neat, and I'm like, what do you mean you're not allowed to do? Then how can I get it? And they're like, well, you can have it on ice. And I said, okay, then I'll take it on ice. So they fill the cup with ice, pour the Makers in there, hand it to me. I take it, scoop out all the ice, throw it on the floor in front of him, and walk away.
That's awesome. So actually, one topic that I've been thinking about, I actually already have the episode written. I just haven't bothered filming it yet because I kind of want to have a set for this. Is like what to order when you're at a wedding, because as you guys know, most of the time it's crap whiskey, but there's decent things that you can order as far as like, well, do you get a Manhattan, and just kind of make them figure it out, or is there some sort of weird thing that you can do with the crap whiskey that they usually have on hand? So I shouldn't say it's written; it's like mostly written, but that's the idea, is like what to order at a wedding. So.
Whatever the best stuff they got is over and over and over.
What have you got in your flat jacket?
See, I also base the gift for the wedding on the quality of the whiskey. So the better the whiskey, the bigger the gift.
You just bring a blank check and you fill it out at the wedding.
Absolutely, every time. If the whiskey's not good, the food sucks. You get less of a bill. I didn't pay a lot of money to come to the wedding. I based it on how good is my experience at your wedding. What is how big your check is. So sometimes those checks are really small.
I got to find out.
Question for the chat: what are you guys all drinking right now?
I got to find out from Robert what's in the mash bill for the MMC. Just when you taste them by comparison, the whatever rye is in the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof really pops. It really stands out by comparison. So I'm guessing the Harbinger doesn't have any rye in it, or are so low that if you taste them side by side, that spice note on the Elijah Craig really kind of stands out.
If I remember correctly, the Harbinger is almost all corn whiskey, right? It's just like
Harbinger bourbon.
Corn.
Yeah, but what percentage of corn? It has to have at least minimally. It would have to have a little bit of barley for the enzyme.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know that it has rye in it at all.
Probably not.
But it might.
Harbinger,
it doesn't.
Harbinger bourbon, rye. I know Promethean does. Harbinger, I think, does have want to say like 5% rye, something like that. 5% barley, something like that.
But when you put a non or a higher rye versus how much that rye all of a sudden says, "Hello, I'm here."
Yeah,
comparing the two against each other.
Right.
So you guys are failing at getting ADHD to pop off his stream. You got to get him over here. I think that'd be super fun.
Is he still sober?
I have no idea.
Is he vertical?
Yeah, that's usually his problem. Is that exactly?
Is he vertical?
He has not conquered the whole small pores concept for streaming.
That's all right. Having a drunk person on here would be fun.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'll have no doubt the
he's
entertainment value of this.
I gotta say, I really like this MMC, but right now I'm really liking the Elijah Craig.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't even have put the two side by side.
Yeah, and you guys, it's always good to compare, but
had that old style Elijah Craig barrel proof that's like 139.6. Tastes like a raspberry chocolate cheesecake.
So, Archie Taylor, which Old Forester are you drinking?
Chief Young. I haven't seen that name in a long time.
Archie Forster, Archie Tyler. Yeah.
Sheep Long Guns, like no big deal. I'm just drinking black gold.
Yes, I do, Steve. I am here and drunk, Eric W. So, Eric, do you have a doppelganger? Is that who Eric W?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So, but he spells his name with a C, whereas I have a K.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he gave me a super chat earlier, and I was like, "Is that Eric? That's not Eric."
And I'm assuming that's a he. You never know.
Is there a version of a woman's name that is Eric?
Oh,
well,
Eric.
Well, I'm in California. You can't expect the people like non-binary or whatever.
With the fucking
My name's Manny. I was born a woman.
There's a lady in our human resources that she sends out stuff every so often, and her tagline is her name and then pronouns she, her, whatever. And like, I'm like, really, you have to list your pronouns in your fucking email.
To be fair, Bobby, though, if you're a woman and you're a cop, either you're good at your job or you're attractive. So
no, this is an HR lady. She's not a cop.
Oh, I see. Yes,
but yes, yeah, no, I know, because yes, that's what. Okay, so my last partner, who we rode together up until very recently, probably my best partner too, was a chick.
Yep.
And I said something about me and my partner, and I said, she, and one of my buddies was like, "Wait, your partner's a girl?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Is she a lesbian?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Oh, I bet she's hot." No, like no other description whatsoever. But the fact that she's a cop and not lesbian, he's like, "Oh, she's hot."
I completely agree. I can totally see where they're coming from. Yep. So, Chief Lung Dung, what are you playing right now? So, Eric, have you had the Ardbeg 19?
Yeah, I did a review of it. It's right here.
Is it worth like $250?
I paid I paid $300.
Okay,
but I paid that much to get it first so I could review it before everybody else got to it.
Yep.
Is it worth it? That's somewhat subjective. I would say in comparison to all other Ardbegs, no.
Okay. I've heard that.
No.
So I don't remember if I saw it for 250 or 280. I'm going to guess 280 based off your 300 comment.
Right. It's very, very, very nice, but I would bang for the buck, Corey Vrecken. I would go one of those. Or if you wanted one that's just awesome, get a bottle of Corey Vrecken, get a bottle of I'm tired. Supernova. And then do 50-50 with 50% Corey and 50% Bit. I'm having the Porky Pig factor here. And 50% Supernova. Do 50-50 with that. I like that more than the Dark Cove.
Okay.
Jason, Mash and Drum Jason, he said he recommended that to me as well.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, that's where I got the idea from. It was during the live stream.
There you go.
It was during the live stream, and I think he just kind of on the whim did it. I then tried it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Because the Supernova has this thing in the back of the throat that I don't like. And in fact, I did a video. It's called the Ultimate. It's a silent video. It's my part, and I'm in black and white. The only thing that's in color is the label and the bottles. And I use some special effects and the facial expression to do my review. But yeah, it's called the Ultimate Dram. Check that out. And I do basically it's a review of a 50-50 between Corey Vrecken and Supernova. So check it out.
Is there anything better than friggin' Ardbeg Corey Vrecken? Oh my God, I love it. It's so good.
High ABV, the quality price ratio is still under $90, depending on where you go. Between 67 to 90.
As far as I'm concerned, that is obviously there's going to be better Ardbegs, but reliably, Corey Vrecken is the best in the core line as far as
I agree. For the core range, that's my favorite by far.
Yeah.
Shit's the bomb.
Yeah.
So
Ubi
if
Mill
you-
is pretty solid too, but Corey Vrecken, I just plowed through that bottle.
So I got the 19. Oh, I got the 19 because I wanted to review it, and I'm an Ardbeg freak. I
Right.
just got this. This just arrived the other day. This is the Ardbeg Galileo.
Ooh.
Ooh, awesome.
200. I got it for $200 plus shipping.
What a deal.
So the Whiskey Exchange is selling it for 400 plus.
Where did you find it for so cheap?
I've learned a few tricks.
He says, I know a guy who knows a guy. Don't worry about it.
It's called
Talk about that. Not
cross-site
on
scripting.
the air.
Pay whatever you want.
There's several different things, 7 tips. I may or may not release them all because I'm going to keep my secrets. Stop thinking them as whiskeys and just treat them as stocks and bonds and how everything else flows and comes up and go. When to buy, when to sell, and then understand different companies and how they release. Some companies just go, whoosh, everything is everywhere all at once. Some do incremental. Some go through people with stores that have a particular allocation. Some first go to the airports, and then from the airports to wider distribution. They don't all have the same distribution plan. So if you know how companies does their distribution, then you'll know kind of how they're going to go out, where they're going to land, and so on and so forth. So I figured out certain key spots as to where whiskey show up first, and then sometimes how they sort of certain companies experiment with their distribution before they go. They trickle a few out.
Makes sense.
At one price, and then when they go wide with the whole thing, the prices jump.
Mm.
And so you buy them when they're just sort of trickling out at certain key locations as a sample, almost like as a sampler. And those are the ones you buy, and then you get them, and then like within 6 months they go out to the wide distribution, and then everybody else is buying them.
Makes sense.
And so the other thing is, in terms of auctions, okay. So let's say I'm selling this on auction, and I get $400 for it. People are watching auctions who have these in their collection are going, damn, man, I can make some money. So what does everybody do? And the next time around on the auction, they all put their shit up for auction. And guess what they just did? They flooded the market. They flooded the market. Now there's all these bottles out in the market, and the price, what does it do? Drops.
I see.
Yeah. So, and that's sort of when you buy, because it's going to bounce. People are going to take the crap off the market because it's not going to sell, and that's when you jump on them. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's how you can find stuff at cheaper deals.
I used to buy a lot of rare video games and stuff. And exact same concept. It was usually like some sort of YouTuber would cover some sort of rare game that you'd never even heard of, and all of a sudden every price would jump.
Right.
And some of the bigger YouTubers, of course, but then everybody would start selling it for that. It's like there's this game. It's called Stadium Events, right? It's legitimately a shitty game, but it's for the NES, and it sells for probably about $25,000 a piece.
Is that the one with the pad?
What?
Is that the one with the power pad?
It's kind of. So there
you get
was
on the
a
floor
secondary
and be like,
version of it with the power pad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a secondary version of it with the power pad that wasn't called Stadium Events. Stadium Events was an EU exclusive. But whatever, I'm going to nerd out here too much. So long story short, you're completely right, Eric. Like people see that things sell for a lot, so then they put up their own, and then it floods the market, and then the price goes back down. It's kind of that natural ebb and flow.
Right. So here's another issue. I'm giving away all my secrets here because I love you, Bill. So here's another thing that happens. Okay. There's all these liquor stores, all these online stores, and they're all selling, and they're all competing as to where they're at on Google searches, right? Mm-hmm. I'm starting a store, and I want to say this is my store, and I want to get my stuff out there. But if I put something up for sale, man, no one's going to ever see it because it's so far down the line. How am I going to get someone to come to my store? What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a bottle that I don't intend to make any profit off of. But what I'm going to do is get you on a mailing list. and you may want to buy other stuff. So I'm going to put this one at no profit to me at a super low price. I'm undercutting everybody else because I'm not trying to make a profit. Everybody else is trying to make a profit. just so you will come in and look at my inventory and probably buy other things too.
Yeah.
And I will have you on an email list, and I'll begin pitching the other stuff to you. So another way to find deals is go super, super, super deep on the Google search. Look for new companies or small stores that are trying to get their foot in the door to sell you stuff, because they're going to put stuff for sale just to get you to become a regular customer with them. Now, then they're going to spam you to death with emails and try to sell you shit, but that's how it goes. So that's another. But you got to go beyond 20 layers in on the Google search to find those. So that's another way to find them as well.
So there's a trick there as well, Eric. If you have a Gmail address, so this is me being software guy putting this out there. So like, let's say, so my name is William Eburn, right? So I have william.eburn@gmail.com. If I wanted to sign up for some sort of newsletter, let's say at totalwine.com, if I do william.eburn and then use the +sign totalwine@gmail.com, it shows up as a unique address, but like when I'm signing up for an account. However, it will send any emails at william.eburn@gmail.com to me, even if it has that plus, like it ignores the plus total wine.
Okay.
Completely, it goes away. It's like a escape character.
Right.
So if you do that, you can always know, like if you start getting emails from some random spam email and it has the plus symbol with like the website that you signed up on, it will tell you who's spamming you, and you can know to go like unsubscribe to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I might not have explained it very well, but it's like if you put a plus symbol in your email address, go look that up, and you'll find somebody who will explain it better than I did.
It's funny. Phil and Deepa, they revealed a lot of my formerly secret places in the Bay Area, because they put everything on YouTube. But you hunt the small mom and pop stores that don't put their inventory online, and you can find you still find some deals out there. But they were going. I'm like, no, you're going to the stores that were my secret places to go hunting at. But you put them all out on YouTube.
Well, another good one too is that if you go to a major city and you go to the outskirts of the city, the cool thing is, because they're technically in the same either zip code or conceptually the city, they will get the same allocation as the places that are in the inner city. And so you might be able to find some rarer stuff on the outskirts. I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Like it's almost common sense, like, oh, well, this is outside of the main city, so it will get less foot traffic, but they get the same allocation. And that's the part that might not seem as
well. I think that depends on the state and how they do their allocations.
Right.
Too.
Also true. Yep. Right. A lot of the major cities will do that though. Like Boston, New York, they do that.
So as soon as I got here to Roseville, which is near Sacramento, I started hunting around, going to some of the smaller stores around here, because Phil and Deepa haven't gotten here yet. Although I'm sure they'll come up and visit, bring their cameras with them, and start popping around stores here.
So Enrique Forres, he's in Puerto Rico.
Whoa.
Which might be the worst place I've ever had food poisoning in my life. I had some sort of strawberry cake, which strawberries, as far as I'm concerned, probably don't grow naturally in Puerto Rico. But I don't know. I do love the how all of your houses are crazy colors, though.
I like the piquina as well. It's very nice.
Yeah.
My cousins are Puerto Rican, and so they always make us great. My best friend was Puerto Rican growing up too, so we drank a lot of their very special eggnog.
Nice.
It's the piquina. It's very good, but it will fuck your world up.
So, Bobby, any word from Sam?
No, I haven't heard anything since the FaceTime call. I'm guessing the other person that she's chair with is her boss, who is our neighbor, and when they get together, they like their wine. Let's just put it that way. I would guess if Sam makes it back while we're still on, she will be 3 sheets to the wind.
Perfect. Oh, man. Now you're motivating me to keep going. See, a while ago, because I figured that Sam would come, I grabbed one of these out of my refrigerator.
Did you get a White Claw?
Nice.
I was going to share it with her, but now I'm not so sure.
You're right. Now it's kind of warm,
right? Yeah.
That's what. Now that who was it? I don't know if it was Budweiser. Somebody just put out a new seltzer, and it's pretty popular. I don't know if it was
The Bud Light one that Sam was drinking.
maybe that was it. I think it was, and it's like we can do a video on that because Sam, like you guys can't do videos on that, but we can.
I'm not going to drink one. You're right.
People would start calling me like the whiskey. I don't even know, something gay.
The whiskey something gay.
Whiskey loves dick. I don't know.
Whiskey douche.
One thing I was thinking, I was thinking this is also an unfair comparison because this is a neck pour versus this has been open for a while and I'm halfway through it.
Yeah,
Also
True.
as well.
I suspect that the Harbinger is not going to hold up to the ECBP, but that's almost not fair.
Right. Well, we'll see. It'll be a couple of weeks. So at the end, getting towards the end of the whiskey marathon, the Texas Marathon, I'll have Robert on, and I'll have Josh Galladay on and as well. And that'll be a live stream, not a premiere.
Mhm.
But that'll be fun.
Nice. Yeah, I always love when those guys are on. I did my first From a Hot Tub live stream on Matt's channel with Robert Licker.
It was awesome.
And it wasn't, I remember being in a shower at one point.
Also on my stream. Also awesome.
Awesome.
I should go on Amazon see if I get myself a red-haired wig.
There you go.
There you go. You just never know what the hell's going to show up on any of our shows.
Yeah, no better than when Bill's drunkenly saying, "Hey, let me on the live stream." It's not going to be a good idea.
I always think it's hilarious, though. So the answer is always yes, because you just never know what kind of quality you're going to get.
That's probably a good choice.
Always a good choice.
Yes.
Unless we have some super guest that's like, it's when it's guests I know, it's fine. It's the ones that I don't know as well. And I'm like, you're not aware that this is a shit show, so fine. Especially what the later on it gets, especially when Will and Sarah jump off and I'm still on 3 hours later, and I'm like, whatever. Whoever wants to join in, it's fine.
So Archie Taylor says, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all with a YAWL.
That's an interesting way to spell it.
Archie, I already love you, man.
Right. I've been trying barrel proof, but notice it also an increase in flavor.
This is
So
true.
I would agree.
That's
The
it.
problem is most people can't get past the alcohol of a barrel proof. So that's why you'll see people add water to it. But if you can get used to drinking high ABV stuff, you're going to find some really rich flavors.
Right. I would assume that the four of us all prefer barrel proofs for that exact reason.
Yep, for sure.
But
Okay, I hear some banging upstairs. I'm guessing there's going to be a drunk blonde stumbling in here shortly.
Tell you what.
But sometimes it can be like listening to the stereo full blast all the time. I can't do it all the time.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Switch to 151. It's all good.
Oh, 150.
It's
Sam.
So they don't even make Bacardi 151 anymore, but I have a bottle, so
Do you see what our name is?
What? Sam sucks. I had Bud Light. What's that
So
mouse
Sam,
drinking?
about an hour ago when I took this White Claw out, I would have drank along with you, but now I've drank too much whiskey. I'm not willing to do that.
You're not there. You're not. I get that,
It's
and I
warm,
deserve
warm
that.
White Claw. Bill, why do you have White Claw?
Why do you?
We bought it about probably almost a year ago as just a thing to have in the fridge in case
Wait.
somebody
He bought it this afternoon.
Yeah, you totally bought it this afternoon.
That's the only one left.
I did get the black cherry because I thought if I had to drink anything, that would probably be the okay flavor.
It's pretty fucking good.
There's
the
lime,
black
there's
cherry's
black
pretty
cherry,
fucking
and there
good.
was something else. I don't know. We bought the sampler pack.
You have to. So here's pro tip: always buy the sampler pack of whatever
Yeah, I agree.
brand you're getting. Go for the sampler pack because I guarantee it. One of them is shitty. One of the flavors.
So buy
sucks.
it because you're guaranteed to get a
Because
shitty
you're
one.
guaranteed to get a shitty one. So make sure that you learn what the shitty one is. I don't even know how to get my head
Your
in
beer
there.
is just 3/4 foam. It looks like she just shook it up and ran here the whole way. The whole you probably can't tell, but it is from here to here foam.
So I did run here from the neighbors. It's very cold in northern Kentucky. It's like 20 degrees. And so I ran, and there's a lot of foam because I made that happen.
Is that cold out
Yeah, it's cool.
What's the temperature there?
in Kentucky? Wow. It's let's see. What is it here? Hold on.
Everybody, tell us the temperature of where you're at.
It's like
It's 25 degrees here in Northborough, Massachusetts.
It's fucking cold.
I'm afraid I don't know the current temperature.
So
Nice.
phone's a hole.
Cool, Eric.
So what is it? So I got this new phone. It's got this thing on it called Bixby.
That's the first time Siri does it. I'm sorry, I don't know the current temperature.
It's
Siri just told
Yeah.
you to fuck off.
It's 39 here, so
Siri said, "I don't feel like looking."
All right, 39
Figure it
in
out.
Texas,
which is cold.
25 in
Here's
Connecticut.
the temperature.
Eric, we don't know because Siri told you to fuck off.
Hey Siri, order me a giant dildo.
Look, here we go. 51.
I'm hoping somebody in the chat just got like a really big dildo sent to their house.
Oh, I hope to God. Do you know I had to find.
That's awesome.
I finally had to throw. Speaking of big dildos, I had to throw away your 13-pound gummy worm
Oh,
because
that's
my
fair.
children thought it was awesome, and they were playing with it, and it got weird.
We had smacked it across each other's faces and across the table
Yeah,
so
we
many
threw it
times.
at
It
the
had
table.
like lint
It
stuck
was
to
lint
it.
stuck to it. It
Yeah.
was so fucking nasty, and our kids were like, "Mommy, let's eat it," and I'm like, "No, you can't.
Not
eat it.
anymore. No.
You have to throw it away."
No, that's okay. I was able to claim it on my taxes, so I'm okay with
Oh,
it.
good.
There you go.
I'm really
Did you do
glad
the
we
tax
did not
video?
win that.
He did.
I did.
Did you post it?
You guys are patrons of mine, aren't
It's a
you?
Patreon video.
Oh,
It's a Patreon only because
It's
those are the
hysterical.
people who get to have all the special perks.
Yeah, I'm very glad we did not win the giant freaking worm dildo thing.
Well, I would have had to buy two of them because I'm actually happy because it saved me money.
Yes,
I would've had
exactly.
both one.
If I'd won it, I would have flown to Texas and brought it over to Matt's house.
You guys could have had a sword fight. Okay, so it looks like everybody, it's pretty cold except for Santa Cruzan.
Negative
got
14.
70 degrees.
yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
that.
you, Santa Cruzan. That sounds amazing.
That sounds
What is the
horrible.
temperature in California right now?
It's actually 61. It's 61 Fahrenheit here.
Okay.
When-
Well, fuck you too, Eric.
All
Wait,
right.
I hate
Eric,
the
wait.
cold.
Can I
so
tell you that
39 below.
you are one of my favorite people on the planet? I know,
I think we
right?
can all agree with that.
So
That's because
when,
now I
we
have to
first,
hear you.
when we first got into this,
shit.
I didn't know what to think about you, but over time, you have become one of my favorite humans on the planet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam, you should probably lick Bobby's head.
That felt so weird.
It's gross. That felt weird on my tongue. I won't do that again.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's a poor decision, Sam.
Bill and Matt, you guys have always been my favorite people, and you're so.
Sam,
my
we're
favorite
best
people.
friends.
Yeah, we
We're
don't
about-
play look
yeah.
at anyone's head, so you
Sam,
know,
I got to pick you up and spin you around when I saw
I
you.
know you did. You get.
And I
you
and
did
I
get
had
to.
injured my back, and I did it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I needed to throw it out there that you guys are all my favorite people, and thank you. I'm just in a loving mood right now because I've had.
Foamy beer.
Mhm.
Mm.
it was a lot of fun all together in Austin. There's no doubt. It was a good time.
I think we'll be back for the next one.
I'm very
That's our
excited.
plan.
It'll be
And
I just say, Sam, did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wanted to be.
I just like when you sing to me. You're just so cute. The beard is really. Now that Bobby doesn't have a beard.
Because you're the wind beneath my wings. Okay, that was that
Right.
thing or what?
It did it for me, 100%.
Baby, pop
Keep
that
the
booty
beard
like a
going
bubble
because
gum.
now that you have a beard and Bobby doesn't,
Yeah,
you're my number one.
What happened to Roy?
Oh, Roy. Okay, so Roy is always number one.
That didn't
So-
even count.
Yeah. So Eric's like my 1.1 because Roy always wins. I had to roll. Let me just, guys, want to know
I
if
can't deal with the competition. My feelings are hurt.
Story of my life.
Roy's my first European favorite. You're my first Californian. How about that?
There you go.
So Let's
European
just talk
people
about
don't
Roy.
vote.
When I met Roy, when I met Roy, I humped his leg. Everything was good. But then the next day at the actual whiskey vault event, he asked us to be on his channel, on his live, to talk about how we were the first, like how this was our first time and blah, blah, blah. And he said, please don't say anything that you've said before because my wife is watching. So I respected that. I did. I said, that's fine, Roy. I will not, and I did keep it together because I didn't know how much he knew that I said.
That's funny.
And I actually had to ask Scott from Scotch Test Dummies, what does Roy know? And he said, oh, Roy knows everything. And then I was like, because I've said some very, very dirty things on a live about Roy. Like,
This is true.
I have. I've wished many 3-ways with Roy. And,
See,
Ralphie.
Bobby, you should feel happy. You're at least still included.
No. I wasn't included.
No,
it
he
was
wasn't
Roy
included.
and Ralphie.
It was Roy and Ralphie. The devil's 3-way I wished for was Roy and Ralphie, not Bobby. Bobby was not a part of it at all. I will be 100% clear on that. I wanted Roy and Ralphie, and I wanted them speaking in their native tongue to me while all 3 of us did it. That was the plan.
Ralphie.
And
By did it, you mean drank some fine scotch?
no, fucked.
Oh, okay.
100%
Just clarify.
banged it out. That was the plan.
Oh, yep.
And
This happened.
yep, Bobby was not a part of that. And I never thought that either one of those people would hear this dream of mine. However, they did.
I bet they'll hear this one.
Well, no, Aquavita. Roy already knows. He already knew. He knew back in October that
You
this
know there was
my
another man
dream.
involved.
And he still took me in with open arms and just said, "Don't tell my wife."
Yeah.
So
And I
next
said,
time we have Roy on a
obliged.
stream, we should ask him this question, Sam. Would that be entertaining?
What?
What's that?
We should ask Roy next time we have him on a live. We should ask him about it.
Oh, we can talk about
Put
it.
him
yeah.
on the spot.
Put him on the spot, yeah. Because
he'll be more embarrassed about it than
I
Sam.
think that would be a great question from like towards the
obviously,
end of it,
I would
just
have lied about it
ask
right now if I cared, but I don't care. But he knows, and he just said, "Don't tell my wife." So,
So you want to
Roy, I know you know, I know.
Hey,
'cause we
Sam,
talked about it.
you should probably lick Bobby's head.
You're like kissing the Blarney son.
Bobby's my favorite. He's my number one doubles.
I'm
three-way.
your favorite in Kentucky.
In Kentucky, yeah. We get to Europe, it's all
That's fair.
rules.
That's a different area.
That's a different area. That's a fucking different
Yeah,
ocean.
all's fair game in Europe. So Sam, are you going to join us with some whiskey, or are you just sipping your Bud Light?
No, I can't do whiskey. It makes me angry.
Well, okay. So Bobby, what are you drinking?
Yeah, I'll drink whiskey. Give me a cup.
So did you bring? Okay.
No.
Here.
No, I didn't. Bring me one of your old ones.
You can have one that I've
Should I go
already
get
used.
Fireball?
No,
You
That'll
get
be a
whatever you
problem.
want.
you don't want to
He
drink
said no.
Fireball.
I'm
like
still
the- I
finishing
like
my heavy pour from this this stag bottle down.
I will pull a sample out. I'm gonna do. All right, I'm going Texas because Texas is my go-to.
They've been drinking Texas.
Okay, I'm gonna do Andalusia Revenant Oak Port Finish.
I think
It should be fun.
I think what we have to worry about is not Roy's wife, because I'm sure she can take a joke, but Roy's kids hearing this.
Oh, so Roy and I talked to them about that because
not
we
21
have
yet. We
twins
watched
and
it.
he has twins.
Right, so I've been to the house. I've stayed a night over the house. We've been out to dinner and all that kind of stuff. Met his wife.
Did you have a devil's three-way?
So
Just a question.
no, so been over the house. Actually stayed a night at the house. Been out to dinner with him, stuff like that. So the kids would be like, "Daddy, who is that American woman talking so nasty about Papa?"
Yeah, he has twin daughters. He and I talked about it because we have twins, boy-girl twins, and he has twin girls. And so I said, "You have twins, I have twins. Let's do it." And he was like,
That's all it takes.
Mama, I don't think you should let Daddy go to America anymore.
"Don't please don't let Daddy go to America." will do very nasty things with the blonde. Please don't. Like we're watching fucking Peppa
Who is
Pig.
that harlot?
Who is the harlot? Daddy, she is a hooer. Please keep away from the hooer.
A hue.
Like
Travis wants to know if we ever sent the bourbon that you sent to us.
What was it? I feel like we did.
Yeah, I feel like we did too.
Probably Cedar Ridge. It's Travis.
Right.
It was if it was the
I'm sure we did.
Speaking of Travis,
I don't fucking know.
I think light whiskey sounds good from Cat's Eye.
2 girls in a cup. Yeah, nope, not doing 2 girls 1 cup. Nope.
No.
So Sam, what about my mom was really big on Sean Connery, particularly during the James Bond days.
Okay.
What about Sean Connery? I know he's an old man now, but
I'm not opposed to hitting it. Is that your question?
You can still throw
yeah,
your
I think in terms of the accents, and of course he was very suave, James Bond. And all
Yeah,
that.
he's
James
pretty
Bond.
suave. He was James Bond. Like
Wave
anyone to
into
play
the-
James Bond, I feel like is a free pass, right? Like if you play James Bond, you get to fuck whoever you want.
Yeah.
And as a woman, I would.
or
fuck
not.
that. It's just, yeah. I don't see a problem with Sean Connery.
So Bill, what does your wife think about all this?
This smells like chocolate.
What does your wife think about all this? These people you hang out with.
So I have an agreement. I have an agreement with my wife of the whiskey dick income. Every month I get her $50 worth of wine, and she's okay with me spending the time that I spend on the channel.
Yeah, but what does she think about the people?
Oh, about the people?
Or does she not know what kind of hooligans you're hanging out with?
Yeah. Does your wife know about me?
Right now. So I mean, she has no idea what kind of shenanigans we get up to. Before you came on, Eric, I was telling people that I'm actually heading to Austin probably around August time with her and her sister and her sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
We're gonna do like a thing, and I'll probably take them out to the Crowded Barrel. But it's cool because I'll be like, "Hey, I've been here before. I can at least kind of like half show you around." So that'll be. I mean, she's well aware of this kind of insanity. She certainly heard me when I was moving the
furniture. That was great.
The next morning, she was like, "What the hell were you doing downstairs?" But no, I mean she's cool with it. She actually is very supportive. We've been talking about me building a studio in the basement lately.
Oh, see, I've been thinking you should have been doing that for a long time.
I probably should have done it a really long time ago. My audio up here sucks. I tried a few different like I was actually trying to set up this this microphone so it would be off camera, and it's so echoey in here.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just for convenience and everything else, and not have to, do all the hassle and all that stuff, and to be able to set something up that is the way you want it to look,
For sure.
Although I would, so if you look at, you look at Urban Insane, you look at all these, they all have the same interior decorator.
Yep. Right.
In their background.
Well, actually, I have a really good idea for what I want to do with my set. It's going to take some doing, so I'm going to start getting going with that. It won't have to be all done at first, but I have a really good idea. If it pans out whatsoever, I'll share with the group here. But
okay. So I like the way the new Vault is, where they use accent lighting in the background and little lights down the shelves. I think that looks really. It kind of went from Christmas with the Christmas lights, and then they just continue that theme on afterward.
I like the Vault, except for the rickety fucking ladder. When all those damn whiskeys fall off the damn shelf. That thing scares me because they really needed a middle bar in the middle of those shelves. That ladder is really scary. We got it stuck up under there, and we almost broke a lot of whiskey. It was very scary.
that would be very sad.
I need a safer ladder, I think, in there. That's what I would stress, safer ladders. So, in honor of Travis, I went and pulled out the light whiskey from Cat's Eye.
Everybody put out their Iowa whiskey for Travis.
69.5% because this stuff is
There's a
new.
George T. Stagg?
Stagg Jr.
A George T. Stagg Jr.?
14 years old.
I don't have any Iowa whiskey.
So this is the bottle that Travis gave us. It had kind of got shuffled in, and we had not opened it, which I actually feel bad because he gave it to us and it was unopened. But we get to try it now.
So I'm in ADHD's live at the moment. I'm going to tell him to come over here.
Yeah, come. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I love Matt. I'd bang him too.
All right then. Is he what state's he in? Is he Michigan,
Michigan.
now?
He's Michigan.
Is he your favorite in Michigan?
Oh, DJ Bacon's over there.
Don't make me pick Michigan. Don't make me
No,
pick
Bourbon,
Michigan.
no, Bourbon and Sane is in Michigan.
So
are the
is
Bourbon-
Dan
Bourbon
and,
Junkies.
or Dan and Shine. I'd fuck all of them. I can't pick that. Don't make me pick Michigan. That is the fucking devil's six-way that I am there. I am here for that. That's what I've been. That is what I've been training for.
You've been training?
No, but I could train for it, and I'd
Bet
make
you
it happen.
could. Train being the key word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who do you pick between Dan, Sean, Chris, and Matt?
Dan.
Dan,
He's married. I can't say that.
Do what?
Which Dan?
Dan from Bourbon Junkies. Dan.
Oh, okay. Those guys are killing it. Man. They're
are.
I know,
They are.
Dude, they are exploding.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'd fuck Jason from Mash and Drum too.
But he's not Michigan.
He's not. He's Ohio. That's a whole nother game.
But I'm also Ohio because
Right.
that's where I work. So
Devil's three-way. Then we're back.
Then you'd have to give him a glass of water.
the water, right?
I love Jason too.
Nah, I love
I am a dog in heat. I can't help myself.
Chris is here. He says rude.
Chris,
Well,
you're
I
on.
see-
I picked you. I picked you. I said I couldn't. Okay, I kind of said Dan, but you're in my top 3, Chris. I like your wife too much, though. I've met her. That's a hard. But I've met Gabby.
It's true. Chris's
I've
wife.
never met Ricky.
Hey,
You've
Chris.
never met Ricky. That's
I've
true.
never met Ricky.
I like calling him Burp Insane instead of.
So ADHD just ended his stream after I told him that he should come over here, but then he was like completely off camera. So I have no idea if he's planning on coming over or not.
Give me your phone. I'll talk to him on Instagram. Get up an Instagram.
I messaged him on Instagram and I sent him the StreamYard
Yeah,
link.
but he won't answer you, Bill. I have a vagina. He'll talk to me.
That's
So do
true.
I.
I do not have one of those.
Yep.
Sam has a valid point. It's true. It is the way the world works.
Come
It happens.
on the
So
dick.
apparently, we're going to
Why?
make this a 4-hour live stream.
Because 4 live streams are awesome.
Yeah, why not? This is good.
This.
Hey, I told you guys, if I had my way, I'd have a 3-hour live
Is
stream
Sam.
every fucking day.
Yeah, we always have a good time when all of us get together.
We really do. We have the
So
best.
that's
live
been so with our us having opposite schedules now. It's
We don't see
me and
each
Sam
other.
having opposite schedules. It's hard for us to dedicate a day every week to live. So we just kind of do it when it happens now. But I miss it. Like we always have a blast when we get to do it.
Yeah, and when we do it, we're always happy we do it. But
Yeah.
it's
just hard to dedicate a day to it. Every
because
week.
even like in theory, we thought we'll do Sunday nights because we are both off on Sunday nights. But
we
you
only
spend
see each
all
other
day
on
there.
Saturday and Sunday. So that's now we're at, that's one of our 2 days together.
Yeah,
dedicated to a lot of
and
stuff.
we also go to my family on Sunday night. We spend
Mm.
Sunday night with my mom and my sister.
Tell your mom
And-
to join the live stream. Feed her some whiskey. Mama Sam.
What?
So apparently ADHD is not set up for it, which is weird because it doesn't take any setup. I don't
All
really.
you do is click the link and you're in.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah, he's overthinking
Even
it.
I,
He's probably
Tech knows that.
So the long live streams are easy. It's the next morning that's a challenge.
I don't have to get up tomorrow Saturday. I don't give a shit. And if
That's a very good point, Eric.
I just feel like crap the next day because
for me, I hate my job, so I don't give a shit if I feel like crap.
and it's not even about the alcohol. It's I have my cycles. I had to if I go to bed at midnight, I'm still waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
If I go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm still waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My body just says, "Hey, time to go to work." I'm just used to getting up at that time.
See, I'm different. Like, luckily, thankfully, my wife will kind of take. She knows when I live stream like the next morning. If she can, she'll let me sleep in. And so, I mean, sleeping in for me is still like 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, my body won't let me sleep in. Then I feel like I have jet lag the next day because my sleeping schedule's all jacked up. That's what happens when you get old. You get these old plans. You gotta go to sleep and get a beauty rest.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna invite Steve A to come join us.
All right.
Steve A is one of my favorite people in the
Is
planet.
he your favorite? Is he your Minnesota person?
Yeah, Steve A. I'll fuck you in Minnesota. It's fine. I'm down. It's fine.
So I don't know if you realize this, Sam, but you can like appreciate a person without fucking them.
Shut your dick. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
So Steve, I just sent you an invite.
Oh, Could have brought Chris on.
Chris,
is he?
Chris, you want to come on?
Are you still working or are you off?
Jerk, right? Like Chris is like, oh, I'm laying in bed. I can't come on.
Yeah.
Chris is like,
He's been
I
on
have a
for, like,
family.
5 hours.
Chris like didn't say anything, and then we're like, we'd fuck Dan over Chris, and all of a sudden he's here.
Oh, look, he's here.
Hey,
It
what's
is.
up, buddy?
You made it.
Knocking
broke everything.
stuff over.
So
Matt, did you come over because I told you to?
Because he what?
Because I told you to? I
You
didn't
did?
offer sexual favors, although that was in the plan if you were going to say no.
Some things are just a great surprise.
What's
You
going
just
on?
never know with me. It's fine.
My wife and I were looking at jobs in Ohio today.
Oh my
Nursing
God,
job.
are you going to come live by us?
Possibly until you
What
said
part of
that.
Ohio?
Come to Southern Ohio.
Ohio.
Come to Cincinnati, Ohio. I will get you a job. Do you guys need jobs? I'll get you jobs. Bobby and I have good jobs in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, Bobby protects and serves.
Yeah, that's.
I don't
lame.
know if I have a good job.
Look at condoms.
Hey, Steve.
You don't want his job.
Steve, your beard is
Steve
kicking
A! Oh
ass,
my
man.
God, where is
Yes, man.
Yeah, I'm loving that, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Steve A? I stand by. I'd fuck that. I'm there.
Got to this version.
And then it's silence.
Well,
Like,
we're all
oh,
kind of
don't know what to
thinking
say
about
about
it.
that
How do
because
you want-
Sam's getting weird.
That's all right.
What do you mean getting?
I always weird. Oh,
Pretty much.
We're good.
Steve, I've got no rules here. You don't kid in the chat. If you want an invite, you get an invite. if you got that blue name, buddy, you get in. You're in the
Here I am.
Steve does control all of the
Yes.
discords, so we should probably down.
Steve's low key trying to own the world here.
Slowly but surely, but I don't own Dills right now.
Wow, that beard's
But
getting out of
that's
hand.
true. I removed
Bill,
you.
did you
because-
cut Steve off?
Well, I only did because I had set up that YouTube channel, the locked one, and for like us to chat, and then Steve jumped in there, which was fair. Like it's fine. He was an admin. He should have, but I haven't taken the time to set up the permissions properly, and it's been like since last the Bastard's Ball pretty much. I just have not taken the 3 minutes it will take to set up those permissions.
I had to set up the same thing with Scotch for Dummies when I was working with theirs, where I went and had to. They made me an admin. I went in, set up their permissions for them, set up the channel for just the 4 of them, and then dropped out of being an admin and joined back into a new role that was almost, but not quite, an admin.
Right, and that's exactly what I'll do when I eventually get. The problem is that I can't access a Discord at my work. Otherwise, I'd probably have found 10 minutes to go do it. You know.
Steve still owns ours. He could kill switch it at any point.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want it.
We love Steve, though. So
Yeah,
that's all.
Steve.
I offered to turn it over. They declined. So,
Yeah, so my thing was I would rather somebody that knows what they're doing be involved.
Yeah. Well, actually, so something that I want to do eventually is well, actually, never mind. We'll get into that later. ADHD. What are you drinking?
I just drank a whole bunch of ryes, so
Which one?
I tapped out early. I'm try not to make an ass of myself. Like
Why?
typical.
That's no fun. Just
No,
go
dude,
dumb.
you
I
came
do
on
it
the
all.
stream. You need to keep going. You got to be more ass.
We're not going to help you.
We
We
want the
encourage
whole
you.
ass, not just part of an ass.
Yeah, you gotta like really get your ass in there. Like
This is an
You guys want to see my whole ass? Just walk behind me because it just one of those fat guys whose ass just hangs out of his pants.
Wonderful. We all appreciate that.
Yeah.
There you go.
so.
This is a blend of all the ryes. I'll give it a taste. That's it.
That's funny. I just did the exact same thing. I have 1792 full proof, bottled and bond, small batch, Elijah Craig barrel proof, Jefferson's, and Harbinger in this glass.
Sounds delicious. Hey, Matt, where are we at on the YouTube pick?
Okay, so where we're at with that. So I talked to Robert about it a couple days ago. So we have bottled 75 of them, but there's more. We need more than 75 bottles for everybody that's emailed us that needs a bottle. So we don't want to release it until we have all of them. So he's going to bottle at least another 25 or 30 of them for everybody, so that everybody gets to pick at the same time.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, so we're waiting on it to get the rest of it bottled. We're done. Our picks for us is bottled, but we think it's only fair to our fans to wait till it's done for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
How
So-
many bottles are we getting out of that barrel?
Well, at least 100 so far.
Wow.
Cool.
So I know that much. I don't know how many will be left after that. We'll have to just see what's left, and then it may be enough just to bottle the rest of it at that point in time. I don't know. So Robert said he'll figure it out once he bottles the next 25 and see what's left in the barrel. He just bottle the rest of it, and then we'll just sell the rest of it off.
Nice.
So it
So
should be
my
really
question
thin.
is to Matt, ADHD Fishing, where's Infinity Bottle at? Because I got a little bitchy about it on Monday, and I sent him drunk text messages that was like, "What's up with Bourbon Lens? Why the fuck haven't they responded to anything? And why does Desmond already have it? And we don't know what the fuck happened after we got it? Fuck you."
I got a message from Bourbon Lens the other day. I think maybe I'm not sure what day it was.
Dilly.
A few days back, and all he said was Dixon has the bottle. So
Yes.
The Eagle has
Dixon has the bottle. I don't want to go into my feelings about stuff. But
Is
Dixon
the
has
best
bottle.
is the best way for Dixon to fix it at this point to dump the whole thing out and start over?
And put in batch 9 or whatever you just did in the bottle and be
Batch
like,
9
I
is
fixed it, fuckers. You guys are dumb.
That actually would be awesome.
That would
two
be
know more
pretty,
than I
like,
do
that would be
because
the best response.
I tasted the bottle when Perry had it. Like we sampled that together, and it was really good.
Well, we made it better.
Yeah.
You sampled. You sampled.
We gave it a handy. Like a big blowjob handy. Like 2-hand fisted handy.
See, you should have just
Now,
done
see, I find it interesting, Sam, that you went with the two hands together instead of on top of each other. So that's also, Bobby, I'm very impressed.
I was going for girth.
That's the best
Let me do
thing
what
that ever
you're doing
happened.
this.
You're right.
Well, it wasn't
But-
double dicking it. It was a one.
Bobby and Sam, you two had it immediately after he added the dusty stuff. I didn't.
Correct.
I had it before he added that. So
Okay.
I didn't know what that did to it. So you know more than I know about where it's at. So
That's
the plan is for, I guess, like breaking news, beedly. Hopefully, I'm gonna go down and shoot a little bit with Dixon when he has the opportunity, and then whenever we plan that, we're hopefully gonna have everybody else come down also, like for a meetup if possible, like whoever can make it, kind of thing.
I mean, for us, we're an hour away. We can make it happen.
In Kentucky?
I'll just call in an armed robbery over
Where would it be?
at the Beaumont.
Louisville, correct, Matt?
He's at the Beaumont. I think like an hour south of Lexington.
He's in.
Maybe.
So he's right outside of Louisville. So which for us is about an hour and a half away.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up being on a weekend, I could probably swing that. I could probably come down.
Yeah, so we'll see when what dates and everything work.
Yeah.
I know that we want to get together, but
I'll bring my little sample of what I took out of the bottle when I had it. So
right. Yeah, I still have some of the original. I reblended it because I still had the ingredient.
Wow. Octomore. Yeah, that's gonna
Fuck that shit
that'll
up.
blend in nicely.
Oh man, could you imagine?
I will end game that bitch.
There's probably a reason
It's optimal with a little bit of bourbon in the background.
So, are you guys making an infinity bottle together or something?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will say, I like obviously we don't take anything seriously, but that was something I actually put a lot of thought into.
Well, yeah, you got Larry involved, and if Larry's involved, it's serious.
We really wanted to. We really made our best effort to make that better.
Yeah, and it was good to begin with. I gotta pee. I'll be back.
What's that, Matt?
Hoover's Revenge from Colorado.
Okay.
So one of our friend Brian from Pit Face Barbecue gave us this one. He wants us to review it, so we got to get to it. We did a Booker's night last Saturday. That was a great night, to say the least. It was Booker's and barbecue. Did all 4 Bookers from last year, and then drank a bunch of scotch afterward. It was great.
Nice. No, the 2020s haven't released anything new yet, right?
Not that we can get here, at least.
I'm thinking I'm gonna try getting back into the Bookers for 2020. I kind of abandoned it for 2019, but it doesn't feel right. Like I feel like I have to review Bookers.
Obviously, Bill, you're the Booker's guy, and I won't. So I'm a Booker's guy, and I love it. But I will say, and we're clearly a much smaller scale, but our Booker's videos do really well. Like everyone, we have 2,000 subscribers, and our Booker's videos get 2,500 to 3,000 views. So more views than subscribers for us. It's pretty damn good.
I probably picked the wrong time to jump off the bandwagon with Bookers.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, Steve, what are you drinking?
Just poured some Volstead.
Oh, you went fancy.
Dude, that shit's awesome, isn't it, Steve?
This is really interesting.
I love that bottle. That is some of the best new bourbons I've tried in the last year, to be real honest.
Is that what you were talking about earlier, Matt?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, was that Volstead.
Okay.
Yeah. We opened it probably a month ago. It was freaking delicious.
I think it's fabulous, but I think the Remus Series 3 for the money is better. For the money, it's $200, and Remus Series 3 is $85 and is almost as good, but tastes pretty similar.
As opposed to the 200.
As opposed to the 200.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like it.
But I love the Volstead. That's my whole point. It is fucking wonderful. But I just think that the bank,
it's a bit much.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of MGP in general. I mean, so MGP makes amazing products.
They really
and we call them. They're America's distiller. They make half the damn whiskey in this country. So
Yeah. Actually be here tomorrow.
I mean, and we're like I said, we were lucky enough to have them here. So I got nothing but good things to say about MGP.
So, yeah, they're like right across the river from us. We are like really close.
Cool. You should go over there and check it. They're supposed to start giving tours, supposedly.
If they do, I'm there, man.
You should, because like I said, we had David Whitmer here at the house, and he was awesome to hang out with.
From my house to my job in MGP is like a perfect triangle. Like I'm 20 minutes from MGP.
Yeah.
David, look at that.
That's the guy who was here. That's awesome. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
The night that I got it, he was. We did the tasting of a couple of at least one of the Remuses and some of their other stuff, and the Volstead. And I got the bottle, and he signed it for me.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I do love that one. Yeah, he's right. Remus 3 is spectacular. I totally agree with that. Yeah, Remus 2 is really good, but the Remus 3 is freaking just
Remus
good.
Remus 3 blows the door. Remus 2 was good, and Remus 3 blows the doors off of 2.
Really does. Yeah, it's excellent.
So
I guess I know what I'm pouring next.
I'm not familiar with Remus. Is there a Romulus?
I knew you were going to go there.
I will get the fucking Remus in a minute.
So there's Romulus and Remus. It comes from Roman mythology, but it made its way into Star Trek.
Remus 3 will find itself in my bunker. Put it that way. That's how I feel about it.
Shit is good.
I'm guessing the answer is no. There's no Romulus.
I'm not aware of any Romulus.
Okay.
So
I need to thank Jason Coates for legally finding a way to get me a bottle of the Volstead.
Nice. So the rest of you guys that have Yetis, do you know, like, does your mute button, well, not always work the first time that you hit it?
Ours does. Ours does every time.
I don't use it very much, but when I use it, it does.
I get now it's working, but I don't know. I find that like sometimes I have to hit it a few times before it actually works, but it doesn't matter. I was just curious if mine's broken or.
Bill, it happens as you get older. Yeah, everybody's got that one of those days that just.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried the Chattanooga whiskey, the high malt stuff, like the 111 proof?
Is that one of the experimentals they have?
It's their newest one. It's a high malt.
I had a couple of their experimentals that were really good.
So it's a high malt bourbon.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe not.
I wonder what the.
I love that box,
I've
man.
never heard of one of those. I've seen.
Isn't that box sexy?
I've heard good things from people who are like Tennessee people. So you can't really take their word for it.
Well, you know, I do enjoy Bell Mead, Greenbrier, Nelson Greenbrier. They make good stuff. I've got some Greenbrier downstairs.
Who the fuck is Jafer Jabori?
No idea.
I mentioned his name. There you go.
Jafer Jabori. No
Hey,
idea.
Jafer Jabber. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about this guy in the chat that wants us to mention him.
Come on.
Why do you let's get deep into this. Why do you want us to mention your name? Are you narcissist? Like, do you feel the need to like
Maybe he just maybe he thinks it would be cool.
Maybe it'd be cool. Have you been bullied? Do you need us to fuck a brother up? Like, tell us more about your life.
And why did Steve delete him?
Well, Steve's a douche.
Steve said, "Nope, not today."
Sam knows how I roll.
You don't fuck with Steve A. You don't fuck with Steve A.
Steve rolls with an iron fist.
Iron fist. Bam. So
he drops the band hammer when it's needed.
Bobby, did you tell them
twice now? A grand total of 2 times.
And the first time being in our chat, and that was
last summer, and boy, was that deserved.
That was very much deserved.
Wasn't that the one that
name got him banned?
That was his name.
His name was the N-word.
Yeah.
Yes. No. It was worse than just his name. But I mean, yeah, his name got him banned.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Because he was talking like, "Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?" But your name is N-word.
Yeah.
No, it's not, and we don't want you in our lives.
Like, there's nothing that you're going to contribute that I need to hear.
So Hafer Habori. Have you anybody seen him in the chat before?
Nope.
Well, he said that. Look, he said thank you.
Thank you.
He got what he wanted.
Everybody's
happy.
Oh, okay.
Jafer,
If
you're
that's all I
good.
want to say is hey his name. I guess we're good.
Is it Jafer Jabori or is it Hafer Habori? Or is it Jafer Habori or Hafer Jabori?
A lot of options.
Jafer Jabari.
Right.
Hey, boring. All right.
So, what is everybody doing tomorrow night?
I am actually going
Drinking
to what's called an adult playground.
What is that?
It sounds like a sex club.
It does sound like a
It sounds like
like
leather.
What in
Sounds
God's
like
name is
Swingers
adult?
Anonymous, Bill. Not
sorry.
gonna lie.
I'm trimming my nose tomorrow.
Chief. He just like had his face right in the camera.
What in God's name is an adult playground, Bill?
Tell me more.
It's not as exciting as it sounds, but it is pretty exciting. So we're
for a friend.
Yep. Just curious.
We're dropping the kids off at this thing where people watch the kids and they're fine, whatever. And then me and my wife and 2 other couples are going to this place, and it's kind of like I think like a Dave and Buster's, or it's like big huge Jenga things and darts and cornhole and like all kinds.
You're fully clothed?
Unfortunately, well, I mean,
Can somebody ban whiskey dick from this thing?
I'm disappointed in you, Bill. Disappointed.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens. I might have to report back next Friday and see what happens.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
see.
It's fine.
Adult playground, me, the wife, 2 other couples, blibbity blibbity, adult Jenga.
Adult Jenga. Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know what the place is actually like. We've never been there before, but I do know that we're going out for Thai food. Yeah, but
it's fucking 20 degrees outside, Bobby Zeller.
There's this place called Jamaica, and there's this place called Hedonism. You should check that out, Bill. That's adult playground.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
in general, I'm a fan of hedonism.
The whiskey and the extra love.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's funny.
What is that?
Okay.
I thought adult playground was like Las Vegas. That's what we were talking about earlier.
I just thought adult playground was nude people everywhere. Just nobody's wearing
that's
pants.
hedonism, Jamaica.
Exactly.
Nude people everywhere.
Right, right.
With lots of Vaseline.
Hedonism, exactly. Bobby said hedonism. Yeah,
Exactly. That's real hedonism.
That would be wonderful.
Australia, they call it
the stream.
I bring out the worst in everyone. I'm so sorry. I can't help myself.
Thailand. That's it. Apparently, Thailand is adult playground. Base Illuminati here.
Jason Coates says, "I didn't love hedonism. Not a grain whiskey fan."
Yeah, I'm not. I know. I do like Cameron Bridge, but not hedonism.
So
Now the Muse was good. The regular one, not so much.
try a bunch of other grain whiskeys and then come back to hedonism, and then you'll appreciate hedonism. You don't think that much of it because you used to sing them all the time, but you go try a bunch of grain whiskeys, and then you're like, oh, well, hedonism is actually really, really good because the other ones will make it seem better by
That's true. Yeah, I have a North British 8-year. That shit sucks. So I got a 25-year North British. I'm hoping that's really good. I haven't opened it yet, though.
Apparently, grain whiskeys take 20, 30 years to really develop.
Yeah, absolutely. My 24-year.
I've got a 29-year canvas that's really nice.
Super fruity, really good.
Super fruity, really good.
Yeah, I have a 30-year blended whiskey that I haven't opened yet. Was it Gurmunston? Something like that. That should be really good. So
I'm trying to decide if ADHD's thing is just making a scowl or if that's just his natural face.
He's just fucking with us.
He's just like,
both would be my guess.
Hey, Bill, have you ever weighed 305 pounds?
I would actually, yes, I did.
You're probably a lot like this.
I don't think I made that face. I don't know.
He's tall enough. He's tall enough that face doesn't come automatically at that size.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just gravity. Just every little bit of weight on me just goes.
Yeah,
down.
It's the middle of the night too.
I'm sorry, Bill. Let me smile bigger for you.
I wasn't sure if you were doing it on purpose or not. It like because sometimes you put your face right next to the camera and then you're like,
It's just my personality.
Did anybody ever answer Sam's question other than Bill?
Good God.
So what's everybody doing this weekend? That was my question.
So there's a distillery festival in Madison this weekend, and that's why I'm sitting in a hotel on my
America
right now.
America. That's fun.
Just fuck yeah, America.
Fuck yeah, America.
Still
It's
America.
really hard to smile.
Yeah, so I got my bourbon journey and the Rock Gut review, and my whiskey den will be joining up tomorrow, and they'll probably be somewhere in this room.
Nice.
Oh, fun.
They're awesome.
There's a reason I have that much. If you haven't seen the picture over in Whiskey Dick's Discord, I put a picture up there of the spread that I brought with me.
I did not see it yet. I have
Pretty nuts.
Tonight I have not seen it. Had to go to Sam's. It was very important to my wife, so it is what it is.
Richie, yes, he just poured the Volstead.
Yeah, this is a Volstead. This shit is great. Now mine's not signed like Steve's, but this is freaking delicious.
All right, I'm gonna Uber Eats while we're on the.
I can autograph it.
A pizza sounds really good right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Definitely does.
Fair warning, I'm gonna probably
Might have to do DoorDash.
It's 12:38, so I'm kind of limited. We'll see.
Yeah.
Bill said something. It's fair warning something.
I said fair warning. I'm probably gonna end the stream pretty soon. I gotta get to bed pretty soon.
Yeah, I did too.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it's
Start another one.
We've only been going, 3.5 hours.
Well, I was gonna say I started the stream off and like pretty much being like, "Hey guys, I'm sick," so I'm not confident I'm putting out an episode on Sunday. So I thought I should do a live stream at the.
Don't be a quitter, Bill.
Yeah.
I know, I'm the worst.
Rookie Bill.
I have nothing. I have no backlog at the moment. I have 5 episodes written, but I have none of them filmed.
I'm impressed that you write episodes because we literally
don't
just
write
sit
anything.
down
We
and
sit down and
whatever
talk.
happens.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do a different kind of show than I do. Like my
That's
stuff's
true.
all like history and brand and stuff like that.
And we're like dick jokes.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, dick fart jokes, and who will have a three-way with me.
Well,
can I have the rest of this Wild Turkey 13?
I mean, I guess.
Okay, I won't. That's fine.
That's good.
Since about 40 of you guys have hung out, I'll actually let you know some of my episodes coming up. Like one of my next big episodes is going to be Lefroy 10, which I was planning on filming last night, but because I'm not feeling very well, I feel like Lefroy 10 is going to be one of those episodes that probably does really good numbers. Yep. So I wanted to actually be at my best, you know. Then I was like, oh, cool. Well, maybe I'll film a 1792. And then I was like, oh, whoops, whiskey of the year. So probably do that.
Did you the cash drink that I gave you?
What was that?
I gave you a Lefroy 10 cash drink. So got it?
Oh, God, yeah. No, I tore through that thing. That was delicious.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
This one, it's delicious.
It was so good. So anyway, I've got that and a few other, like I'm actually going to be doing more of those like informational style videos, which I always really like doing.
Smoked wings
versus the reviews. Those are coming up soon too. And I have one on bourbon maple syrup.
There you
go. That Cedar Ridge bourbon maple syrup that Travis gave us, that shit's delicious. I've had it multiple times on pancakes and waffles. Very good stuff.
So we are going to be on the Mash and Drum tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be whiskey and waffles. And we have bourbon.
We have bourbon syrup and we have bourbon honey. We're going to
try both.
Speaking of that, so Jason's making the bacon that Will makes. So it's 7:00. Before all that, we're going to release how to make that bacon before the episode.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nice.
So then I know Dan and Sean are going live before that, like after
They're
that.
making waffles,
to make waffles.
and we are making. So to be fair, we are making. Okay, if you're not from, this is even as deep as Cincinnati in the outstanding areas. We are making Geta and cheese chaffles. Chaffle is the low carb waffle sandwich meat or sandwich.
The chaffles because she's diabetic.
Chaffle.
The Geta is a
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati
what
breakfast.
the fuck is a chaffle?
It's when you've had too much, you go, chaffle.
Yeah. So a chaffle is a sandwich type consistency.
A chaffle is basically egg and cheese in a waffle iron.
In a waffle iron, it makes a sandwich.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds great.
Yeah, right. Egg
and we're
cheese,
going to eat it on Geta.
And we're going to eat it with Geta.
And so if you've never seen Geta, we're going to show you Geta.
Geta is amazing.
Geta is amazing. It's if you've ever heard of
it's a breakfast meat and it has oats in it.
It's oats and meat combined.
It's hard to explain. I don't know if you've ever heard of shit on a shingle. It's probably something.
Heard of that.
Oh, okay, yes, I have. Yes.
It's in that same family.
Or Scrapple. It's also the same.
Scrapple, I know. I've had that plenty.
So Geta to us
Triple
is
underscore.
Scrapple in other.
Triple underscore.
Yeah.
Scrapple's good.
So, you know, I mean, I like breakfast. I don't know why Jason didn't invite me.
So I don't think Jason invited you because this was a thing that Dan, Sean, and Jason, and me and Bobby decided alive. We were in person together.
We went to Jason's house.
Yeah, we spent the night at Jason's house.
And we talked about doing it the next morning. We were all too
hungover to do it. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, you and I can do omelets.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
We can totally make omelets tomorrow. Oh.
So I think we will make it a thing, and we'll probably try and add more people, or even do it all together at some point. I don't know.
That sounds
so one thing I would love to do this year is actually like fly around and come visit people.
Bill, come visit us whenever you want. We're in Northern Kentucky. We'll take you all over Kentucky.
My Bill, yeah. Come see me.
Sam, you should totally lick Bobby's head.
Again?
I love that every time Bill's like, Sam, you should totally lick Bobby's head. I lick your head.
Bill, you should tell Sam to lick something else.
Yeah, nope, not sucking his dick right now. Nope. Only talking about sucking other dicks, not doing yours.
Not mine.
Not doing it. Mm-mm.
Okay then.
Where's Roy? right.
So does anybody let's put it this way. Does anybody have anything cool, like, because everybody in the chat knows us all at this point? Does anybody have anything cool coming up that you want to plug?
I do.
Next week is Balcones week. I'm going to have 2 whiskey reviews and an interview with Gabriel. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Richarde?
Something like that.
Yeah, he runs the still house for Balcones. So that'll be next week. Heather Green of Milam and Green. She's a whiskey sommelier. She came from New York over to Texas to join Ben Milam, and then they converted to Milam Green. She'll be on coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to have the whiskey Matt on coming up. I'll have Robert and Josh on finishing up my Texas Whiskey Marathon. I'm planning on doing probably a 2-month study of Japan whiskeys.
Ooh.
I'm currently working on an itinerary to go to Ireland and Scotland.
Very cool.
And I'll be returning to Texas twice. I'll be in Texas in June. I'll be back there in July. And probably again in October for the Bachelor's Ball?
September.
Yeah, September, where in the hell it is. I might be down there again for the Whiskey Fest. So I'll be going back between here and Texas several times this year.
Come see me.
So you're not my type, Matt.
Anytime, Eric. Anytime.
Anyway, that's what I got going on.
No, let's see. For us, we got our bacon episode coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
We've got it's Bourbon Night. It's going to be here on Monday, which is awesome. I'm very excited about that episode. We're going to be doing non-Kentucky whiskeys, so it should be really fun to do a bunch of stuff that I've sent to Chad and Sarah. So it should be awesome Monday Night Live. I'm really hoping to do a really good job with that, so it should be fun. And then releasing a couple Scotch episodes. We are shooting a whiskey and coffee coming up really soon. We're supposed to shoot it Sunday, but the guy who had his kid fell off a bike, so it was all right. It ended up being all right. He sprained his arm, not for breaking, thank God. But then after that, we're shooting a Kona Ice and whiskey, which should be really fun. And then we are also having a barbecue and whiskey meetup very soon. We're going to announce the date for that with Pit Face Barbecue. So we got a lot of cool shit coming up.
Nice.
Whenever Will and Sarah had the bacon, I was like, meow, meow, meow. They have the kids, and Matt has the kids screaming and yelling, and they got the cats going.
Exactly. It's something. Some being is screaming in our live streams. Cat, human, whatever.
One of the cats, somebody.
Yep.
Some asshole screaming. It's fine.
So, Bobby, what do you got going on? We
don't really have much lined up. It's kind of at this point we are still flying by the seat of our pants. We're still trying to figure out our schedules, and so we don't really have anything planned right now. So yeah.
All right, that's fine. So ADHD, what do you got going?
Just the wrap up for Beagle Rare is going to be coming soon. Maybe in the next few weeks, I'd say. Then the 2020 channel challenge, I'm going to call it, for Old Charter. I'll be releasing that, shooting that video and putting that out soon. Other than that, I basically look at my whiskey shelf and I go, the hell can I possibly do? It's different.
Thousands upon thousands of whiskey. That's the choice.
No, I'm just having a ton of fun. Just making videos and making myself look dumber every day.
I've really enjoyed your stuff. I think you're doing a great job. So I think
thanks. I appreciate that.
Thumbnails are fantastic. They're very enticing.
Different.
Yes, in a sexual way. So you were all thinking it. All right. So first off, I want to say hi to Jafer Jabori, or goodbye, I should say, to Jafer Jabori. I don't know. Jafer Jabori. So anyway, I don't know. You guys will see whatever I'm doing, but go check out the whiskey-dictionary.com. And there's all my stuff there. So cool. Thank you guys all for joining me. And thank you guys all for joining me here on the Whiskey Dictionary. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And cheers.
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 Night, guys. Have a good night.